Has anyone been to them all?
Not likely.
I want to be the first one to see them all.
Truly wonderful the mind of a child is.
Come on.
When you find people who need your help, you help them, no matter what.
Good luck.
We have hope. Hope that things can get better. And they will.
Stand up together. Because that's when we're strongest. As one.
You won't be going alone. You'll have a friend with you.
No. I'll have a Jedi with me.
You might wanna buckle up, baby.
Rise
in the Force.
Take care of this little one.
It'll take care of you. We had each other. That's how we won.
The Force is strong in my family.
Its energy surrounds us and binds us.
What is it they've sent us?
Hope.
What's happening, everybody, and welcome to Campfires on Dagobah. Go ahead and unmute yourselves, guys. Greetings, hello, and welcome. So I got dual monitors going on. We got our set back here. Let's just go down the roster because we got a lot of people here. So we are going to start with. I'll go left. So I'll start with Tim. What's going on, man? How are you, dude?
I'm good. How are you guys doing?
Did you like that cool little intro I threw together?
I didn't hear shit.
Nobody saw it, Dom. We muted ourselves for no reason.
Oh, well, I was hoping you guys had your phones open. And I guess, the intro's still going.
Wait, I've got to be on the show and watch the show at the same time?
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck that.
That's too much work.
You gotta multitask.
Well, no, you're supposed to multitask and make the shit so we can see it because.
Yeah, my only job is to sit here and be funny.
Sit there and be funny?
Well,
you're not doing a very good job.
So
I'm doing a better job than Don.
Hey, man, hey.
Hello! Hey-o!
So we got a lot of people here today.
I'm also more attractive.
Yeah. See, we got a lot of people. I look fatter in this video compared to last time. I don't know why.
how much you eat this week?
I ate a lot. But, so let's go next. We have a returning guest. He was part of the show for a little while. He stepped away to handle life. Reagan, what's going on, man? Camera's on you, dude.
Oh, what's up, man?
Hey, how are you?
You know,
You excited for
watching
today?
Star Wars. You know how it is.
Yeah. And sitting next to me, we have this shot right here, this camera angle on Carter, just to show it. And so you guys can see the little detail that we have in the background, that we added some stuff. Carter, real quick, why don't you go ahead and explain what we got going on behind you?
Well, we got your Millennium Falcon on this side.
That's right.
And on this side, I got a few things I brought. I brought my Darth Vader autographed action figure up here. Got my Star Wars original trilogy VHS, not special edition. This is the original letterbox edition. Got my Rex, and Ahsoka, and my Yoda.
Okay, cool. I think we are crashing a little bit.
We're just boring them to death. I don't know.
No.
You are, you're lagging and you're jumping a lot on my screen.
Am I really?
Oh, I couldn't even hear you for about 10 seconds.
Huh.
I heard you good.
My screen completely froze for about 10 seconds.
I heard you good.
Yeah, you were frozen, and then your words started coming out of your mouth, but your mouth wasn't moving, and I was like, okay.
We're doing the
Dom knows some tricks.
Okay, I'm
the
freezing.
subtitles
Here's
stuff.
why I'm freezing. I think it's because you are on Hangouts.
Okay. So should I just leave that?
Yeah, go ahead and close that for me.
He's sucking up all the fucking bandwidth.
Yeah, I left the meeting.
Damn. Okay. So how am I running smoother, guys? Is this better?
My computer's telling me you need to shut down that Adobe Premiere bullshit.
I can tell you that in no way are you ever smooth.
That's fucked up.
You are smoother, but you are yeah.
And then right over here, I think
Unless you decide to shave.
yeah. What the hell? Let me close this real quick. Sorry guys, technical difficulties. I don't know why this is. Skipped frames detected 98% over the last 2 minutes.
Ooh.
That's not good.
And when I went onto YouTube, I'm just stuck on this picture. Oh, there we go.
Let me see if I can.
It's too much for her to handle, Tom.
Let me see if this works. Hold on. It's still skipping.
And YouTube is like a slideshow.
Well, I tell you what, this chair is way more comfortable. If I fall out, though, somebody call the
Let me
cops.
see if this sound's working at least.
And a crane.
If you fall, yeah, I was gonna say if you fall over, we're gonna feel it.
Andy fell the other day, and everybody else thought it was SpaceX.
Dude, what's weird is I used to live near Reagan. I hear SpaceX better here. Than I do over there. Yeah.
Dude, I was in like fucking Sam's or Lowe's or Home Depot or something, and it was loud as fuck in there. I almost wanted to just run through the store screaming, "Earthquake! Earthquake!"
Well, if you run through the store, you're causing it.
Let me see this.
Okay, I wanted to shuffle as fast as I could through the store.
So guys, am I coming in clear? Go ahead and pull up YouTube and let's see if this works.
Like, you're not even coming up at all. Unless it's Russell.
Like it's.
There we go. All right, now we are on
You
to
said, yeah, you're a lot clearer.
What?
Why is Russell stuck on my screen?
Probably because you clicked on my screen on my.
No.
There we go.
I never click on your picture.
You should. I'm very sexy.
It's flipping back and forth now.
All right,
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah,
There we
this
go.
is good.
So let's
This
go.
is good.
All right, guys. Sorry about that technical difficulties. We got so much going on, so much open. I think what it was having on the dual screen over here. I had the internet open.
Yeah.
And I think that kind of screwed it up a little bit. But I think we're working next. So let's go ahead back down and
You
introduce.
still look kind of kung fu theater to me, though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
That's the best way to watch.
The what?
Voices.
Dub voices? Gotcha. Let's go ahead and introduce Gabe. What's going on, dude? How are you, man? I think he's muted still.
What's up?
Are you excited to talk some Star Wars?
Always talk Star Wars. I'm still like trying to wake up, so I'm hoping this coffee will kick in.
All right.
And then, of course,
If you see me dozing, just yell at me.
You what?
Wait, this isn't an AC/DC fucking show?
Ah,
I
shit.
thought we were talking about Niece Weighthopper.
And Russell, what's going on, man? How are you?
Oh man, you know, same shit, different day.
Yep. And what's that behind you, dude?
Living the Corona
Yeah.
dream.
That is a Lego Slave One.
Nice. You built that yourself?
Yeah, took like 4.5 hours.
Damn.
Is that it?
That's it?
Yep.
And then who's that? Is that Deadpool back there with Batman?
Deadpool, Batman, got Darth Vader, Yoda, Chewie, and Pikachu.
Nice.
Does anybody buy pre-built Legos? Do you buy pre-built Legos, Dom?
No, I don't even own.
Why would you build
He
a
has to. He has to. He can't read the instructions.
Look, okay. Next to Carter right there. I built that shelf, okay? And it came with directions, and I followed it, and I built it.
I bet you didn't follow the directions.
It'll fall apart by the end of the show.
Russell,
Pieces. Come on.
Don't breathe on it too hard.
Damn.
Yeah, you're a brave man for putting your shit on there, Carter.
I'm holding it up.
That's funny. Okay, so Clone Wars. Let's talk about the Clone. Okay, let me ask.
This motherfucker didn't even introduce me.
Oh,
I'll be
damn,
goddamn.
Andy.
Oh, no.
No, that's okay.
All right.
That's
Oh,
okay.
you're still here?
That's okay.
Here's the
I'm
thing.
cool. I'm cool.
Here's the
Come
thing,
on.
Andy. You've been making such a introduction of yourself You know?
That wasn't an introduction. That was just me beating off into the
Hey,
wind.
Andy, go ahead and fix your settings real quick. You're coming in.
Minecraft.
Dude, my settings are as high as they go. My settings suck.
Normally they're pretty good.
Why?
I don't know why they're coming in Minecraft right now.
Yeah.
I turned everything off, I think.
Just got a text message. Let's read it.
How do I look to everybody else? Dom might just be having shitty fucking fat.
Leave the camera the most on the hot guy, Tim. I'm back.
Nipples! We want nipples! Come on, Tim.
You promised. There you go. There you go.
Did we get nipples? Did we get it? I missed it. Fuck!
I'll text it to you.
All right, guys. So, should we talk about some of the things going on in the world of Star Wars first, and then get into Clone Wars, or do we start with Clone Wars first and then go into the topics?
Don't care.
I don't care, man.
Wait, Clone Wars and Star Wars is two completely different things?
Apparently.
So, Mavi's kind of getting confused because I got her here with me today. She's looking up at the screen that I got over here, and she sees me, and then she's looking back at me and Carter.
Like, what's going on here?
She can't comprehend what's happening. Dude, I need to get another haircut. This shit's grown out already. Too much.
You just need to comb it, son.
Yeah. There it is. All right. So let's kind of talk about one of the things I'm most excited about, and that's The Mandalorian 2. Who wants to go ahead and handle this topic and talk about The Mandalorian 2?
You mean the fact that they are casting what's his name as Boba Fett again?
Yeah.
Tamora Morrison.
Who is it, Carter?
Yeah, that guy. Who?
Tamora Morrison. I can't.
Yes.
Call him Tim or something.
As Tim. As
He's supposed to play two characters too.
He's supposed to play two?
Yeah, he's supposed to play Boba and he's supposed to play Rex.
Well, that would make sense.
Oh, nice.
Wait, Rex is supposed to be in it?
Uh-huh.
Oh shit, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't know Rex was coming back. That's actually pretty interesting.
Okay, so Clemmy.
From what I've seen, like his helmet is like spoilers for anybody who hasn't seen anything. I haven't watched it, but I've watched like the last part because I'm that asshole. The last part, spoilers again before I continue on. They're like his helmet's there, like after Order 66, and like all the stormtroopers that were with Ahsoka like are dead.
Yeah.
So it's like, and his helmet's there, but I don't think he was one of the people that like turned on her. So like that's what they alluded to, I think, from what the rumors are saying. It's like he's still alive. Let me see. There's the thing right here.
Yeah, Rex is still alive. He's in Rebels.
Yeah, he's in Rebels too, which proves it. There's like 4 of them that survived, I think, right?
Yeah, it's Rex, Gregor, and Wolf that survived.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wait, are these the troopers that took the implant out and
Yeah,
went on
yeah.
Okay.
Well, didn't Fives?
So that's
Fives?
No, Fives died. The Emperor killed Fives.
Okay, I have to go back and watch.
He died at the end of that arc. When he was like, "Oh, Order 66," and the Emperor was like, "We gotta kill him."
I'll be completely honest. I've only seen like the first 6 episodes of season 1. So
yeah, it's a good show. It takes a while to build up, in my opinion, but like towards the end, it's like pretty solid. And from what I've heard, the last season's like fantastic, ties everything together. And I mean, I think they're gonna do a whole character, like from what the rumors are saying, from what I've seen on like Reddit and everything, like they're talking about how it's gonna be Ahsoka, Rex, and what's the other chick's name from Rebels? Sabine. All 3 of them are gonna be like roaming around doing shit, and then the Mando is gonna like come across them with like Baby Yoda and shit.
I thought you were going to say something completely sexual.
Oh, yeah.
All 3 of them are just
Space
going at it.
That would be an interesting Star Wars show to see, wouldn't it be?
go to Pornhub. You can watch that.
Jesus.
Plus, like, there's what else do I see over here? That like the whole like what is it? Taika Waititi? He's making like a Star Wars show and stuff or movie.
Oh yeah, he's making a movie.
I don't know exactly how I feel about that.
He directed a couple of the Mando episodes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He did?
Yeah, he did.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
I think he did the last one.
He was also the voice of the bounty hunter robot, right?
Yeah.
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 End of Cog. Made of rocks.
He made rocks. Need more Dubaks.
We need more. We need more Dubaks.
I'm guessing that's George Lucas.
Yeah.
That's Taika Waititi as Korg as George Lucas.
It's another check for Daddy.
Speaking of Taika Waititi, what do y'all think about him being selected to be the director for the new Star Wars movies coming out?
I think it's fine. I think he's got like a very creative way of proposing stories to kind of reach a broader spectrum of audience.
Yeah.
He kind of did it with Thor Ragnarok, I feel like, and he was able to kind of like really like entice people into coming to watch it because it turned like a very nerdy comic book, into more like funny, but like it didn't take away from the story. You know what I mean? Like it seemed like he hit the point that it needed to hit in order to make it a solid film.
I hope it doesn't get
Here's
too
how-
comedic, though. I hope they don't make
Here's how I feel about that. I think if he's given free reign, it'll be good. If Kathleen Kennedy gets a hold of it,
it's gonna be crap.
yeah, it's going to be crap like everything else in the last couple of years.
Yeah.
Demonetized.
Demonetized.
Oh yeah, we insulted the great Kathleen Kennedy, so demonetized.
Whatever.
He said whatever.
So, yeah, the rumor over here is because of this guy named Jordan Mason. I don't know who he is. He's apparently editor-in-chief of Cinelinx, whatever that is. And he like tweeted something that said, Boba Fett isn't the only role Temuera Morrison will play in the show. So everybody's like speculating it has to be like one of the older clone troopers. More likely it would be Rex, since Rex and Ahsoka are like, like duo partners in crime.
Well, I mean, we know that at some point the Emperor gets rid of the clone troopers.
Yeah. Or they're saying maybe old man Cody would be cool.
Cody's dead.
I think some of the clone troopers, well, like
Cody's
most
dead.
of them are going to just die out eventually. Because I think they're not meant to live super long.
Yeah, because they like their lifespans are sped up.
What did you say, Reagan?
Rex was on Endor. They confirmed that, and so it's possible that it is going to be Rex. Because I don't know what happens to the rest of the clones after Rebels. It doesn't really talk about them.
So, what do you guys think about? There was an online. So, based on an online search from the past year, it was searched that on an average of 47 million times per month, the Mandalorian has actually taken a second place to a 2.5 million searches. As for Darth Vader, he's dropped from the most searched on Google right down to 893,250 searches per month. The top searches are Baby Yoda, Kylo Ren, and Chewbacca, and coming in 5th place is Anakin Skywalker. What are you guys' thoughts about that?
I mean, it's just analytics.
Yeah, that's
fake news. It's
Darth
fake
Vader
news.
isn't around as much.
I got a letter from the White House that says it's fake news.
It's fake news.
That's funny.
Where is my letter? I got it signed and everything.
Tim, who's the overall baddie in Star Wars to you? Who do you think's the most baddie of bad?
Out of everything that they've made so far,
Yeah, comics, TV, movies, anything.
the most popular is Vader.
Okay, but to you, who is your ultimate baddie? Who do you think's the baddest of the bad?
Jar Jar.
Oh, the Emperor.
The Emperor?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Emperor always is pulling the strings. He's always one step ahead of everybody.
I don't know, man. Vader at the end of Rogue One is a bad motherfucker.
Yeah.
Yeah, but okay.
Yeah, so Sam, you only get to see him for a few seconds.
But he was.
Yeah, but in those few
Emperor.
seconds, he kicked ass and took names.
But what about the non-canon people?
The what?
The non-canon people.
Darth Revan or something like that.
Darth Revan.
Oh shit!
You got Revan, you got Bane, you got Talon, who's fucking like used to like kill like everybody.
The White House, bitches.
Jesus. You and your checks, man. You know,
Hey, man.
I have to
Uncle Donnie's got to fucking do some shit, man. Right there. That's right. Donald fucking Trump.
I thought it was in Spanish the last time you got it. It was in Spanish.
Have you
Oh,
seen?
that's the other side.
There's some journalist like took a video and posted on Twitter of him burning that letter, saying like, "Yeah, I burned the check Donald Trump sent me." He's like, "No, that's not the actual check, dumbass. That's the letter to say that you got the check, direct deposited into your account."
Yeah.
So, okay, going on to the Emperor, as you said, was the ultimate baddie. Yeah, he's an ultimate baddie, but to me, he doesn't. They haven't really done him justice on screen as being the most baddie of the bad.
Think about it.
What?
Throughout the whole series, he's always been behind who the Jedi are trying to take down.
Right.
So he's definitely the ultimate baddie because nobody even knew about him until he was ready for people to know that he even existed.
But the problem is,
He played him as the senator.
here's okay. You guys are probably going to be like, "What the hell?"
No, I mean I agree. You're only told of the Emperor's power. You never really get to see.
Yeah.
Power. I agree with that.
And okay, so
Honestly, I think Mace Windu could have fucking beat him 1v1 in that fight.
Yeah, I mean the Emperor is.
And I'm pretty sure Yoda was winning the fight against the Emperor as well.
I don't know, man.
Like Yoda had to start jumping.
Darth ass in that fight.
I mean the Emperor's power comes from his political power more than anything else. That's where he's dangerous.
No, I disagree with that. I mean, yeah, he has a lot of political power, but he hid himself from the Jedi, who can sense evil Force doers.
Well, that's all. I mean, that's kind of what I'm talking about. Like he pulls strings from the.
Right, but he was actively in the same room as them, and they couldn't feel his Force power. That's how powerful he is with the Force.
Yeah, but you could be super powerful and not be that big of a danger.
yeah, I mean,
But you would know they would have sensed it. He's that manipulative that nobody even knew he had any power at all.
He walked side by side with Yoda, and Yoda wasn't like, "Oh, this guy can use the Force."
Right, Yoda meets Anakin and says this isn't a good idea as a little kid, but you're standing beside the guy that's ultimately going to fuck everything up, and you don't know it.
Okay, I see your points. I agree with them to a certain extent, but if I were to walk into a room and see the Emperor or Lord Voldemort, I would be more terrified from Lord Voldemort than I would the Emperor. I just feel like the way... I know they're completely two different stories. They're two completely different villains, but what I feel like Star Wars... What?
Here's the other thing. Here's the thing you're forgetting about Lord Voldemort. Lord Voldemort, unless you get rid of all the Horcruxes, is immortal. He's basically immortal.
One of the reasons why you would be scared of Lord Voldemort is because you keep saying his name wrong, Dom.
Yeah, you run a lightsaber through the Emperor, he's gonna die immediately. Right.
But what I'm saying is the one thing
Voldemort.
It's Voldemort.
You kept saying Voldemort.
Voldemort.
One thing I feel like the Harry Potter franchise did a lot better than the Star Wars franchise, even though it came first, was I feel like I was more afraid of the man who shouldn't be named, you know, versus the Emperor. Like
I don't know.
He had more of a terrifying presence. At least
Well, I
to me.
mean, only in the last how half of the movies or whatever. And even then, he was just kind of like the big baddie, and he was, getting other people to do shit for him, much like the Emperor.
Right.
I still don't see the point of Snoke. I just don't see the point of him.
Snoke was a puppet.
Yeah, he was just.
Oh, no, I understand that, but it was dumb.
I was gonna say that the reason they had to introduce the midi-chlorians is because they were like, wait a minute, Yoda's in the same room with the Emperor and he can't sense him. So maybe we need to come up with like some kind of technical readout thing that we can do so we can fucking ride our way out of this plot hole.
Yeah, I get. What?
One thing, Dom. So I haven't seen Harry Potter. I haven't seen any of the movies. I don't really know the story. But
how have you not seen any of those movies?
I've
He's
seen
not alone.
But
how?
I was just saying he's not alone on that.
But part of the Emperor's fright, what makes him so frightening, is Vader is his puppet, and you can see Vader's dominating, scary presence on screen every time he's in the movie. Right. He's terrifying, and the fact that the Emperor has this guy working for him.
I think if it came down to if it actually came down to a fight of both the Emperor and Darth Vader in their primes, Vader would win.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hands down.
And you got to think, who do we know that Palpatine is killed? Plagueis.
Yeah, Plagueis.
Those two red shirt Jedis that was with Mace Windu.
Yeah.
You mean Plo Koon? Or not Plo Koon? Kit Fisto, dude, he is not a red shirt. Kit Fisto is epic.
He got red shirt in that movie.
I say red shirt because they were cannon fodder.
Yeah.
And then was that it?
Might as well throw in the Wilhelm scream.
Huh?
Technically Mace Windu too, right?
Yeah, he killed Mace Windu.
Well, they say Mace Windu. Yeah. They say Mace Windu hasn't technically died. We just don't know. Where he went.
Hey, I've got a question. So if Anakin hadn't interfered with Mace and the Emperor or Palpatine, you think he would have killed Palpatine?
Mace?
Yeah.
You think,
yes.
You think Mace could?
Mace? Yeah.
I don't know.
I think he would have tried to bring him to justice before killing him.
No, he says he's too powerful. We have to kill him.
Because Anakin's like, we need to bring him in, and Mace is like, yeah, no, this is an exception.
He's too powerful.
Yeah, he's too powerful. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think Mace is specifically talking about his political power in that scene, not his actual power.
They don't have an actual display of it.
Yeah. I mean, other than the fact that they had no idea he was a Sith when they're in the same room with him.
So, okay, so...
Or even a little bit Force sensitive.
So what if Anakin, Obi-Wan, Yoda, and who's another strong Jedi? Like the top 5. Let's say the top 5 Jedis walk in the room, and they try to take out Sidious. Do you think that would work?
Again, I think Yoda had a prime.
Yeah, Yoda is prime to do it.
I even think like Obi-Wan could probably do it. Not gonna lie.
I don't know.
Here's the question: do they know he's Sith when they go to approach him, or is it when they go in and they think, okay, he's got way too much political power, he's an asshole, we're going to arrest him, and then he pulls an okie doke and he's like, check it out, motherfuckers, and he shoots them all up.
I don't know, but also because the Emperor goes one-on-one with Savage Opress and Darth Maul at the end of season 5 of Clone Wars, and he kicks their ass. Like they don't stand any chance. He kills Savage, and then Maul has to run away.
Run away!
Because that was a cool lightsaber fight, and you really see his Oh, he can kick some ass. That fight.
I still think Yoda could beat him though, because Yoda uses that like special battle stance that's like all about like sneaking on the inside.
Yeah.
Being small and agile against the Emperor. Like he almost beat the Emperor.
There's also the fact that he bounces around like a ball, like that ball in a sing-along song.
Yeah. Like he almost beat the Emperor in like the whatever the governor's circle, whatever that room is.
Yeah. The Senate chamber.
Yeah, there you go. In that Senate chamber, he almost he was doing well against him until it was like just the massive like tossing of every single pod. Then of course like he gets overwhelmed. He can't do anything. But like 1v1, I think Yoda would win. And like if you were to like put a flat playing field. Put it on a Final Destination on Super Smash and just like go to town.
Here's what I want to know. If Yoda can move around like that, why the hell does he walk with a cane?
Yeah, that's a great question.
Yoda's mind trick.
Well, he's fucking 900 years old.
I don't know. Should we ask him? Hey, motherfucker. Why? Yeah. Carter, what were you going to say?
He wants to deceive people too, in a way. He wants to underestimate.
Yeah, he wants to give up the I'm an old little man.
Well, I mean, it also could be that like that bouncing around stuff like that could be him using the Force to do that.
Yeah. That's his Goku power up. Super Saiyan.
I was never a Dragon Ball fan. So.
Russell.
Andy.
Why do
You guys think
always
old man
poop
Yoda,
on my party?
You guys think old man Yoda and Empire still could have jumped around and beat the shit out of Darth Vader if he wanted to?
Probably like for like one final like battle.
Yeah.
Yeah, one final battle.
Yeah, it's just like full on like go set like turn into fucking Goku and just like go crazy.
His gray hairs turn gold.
Yeah.
Straight up.
He's just sitting there like,
oh man, we need to make a fucking.
When you will not.
it's over 9,000.
9,000 it's over.
So,
hey, Dom.
Yeah.
Were you the one that was in an argument with some 20-year-old that was like,
oh yeah,
Darth Vader doesn't remember he's Anakin?
Oh my God! Yeah. Okay.
What idiot said that?
Yeah, I want to hear this story.
All right. So, I was at work and I was on my lunch break, and one of the maintenance guys comes up, and he's cleaning, and he goes, "Hey, man," because I was wearing this shirt at work.
Yeah.
And he asked me if I watched Clones, and I said, "Yeah, I did." And he goes, "What are your thoughts?" And I told him, and what I'm about to tell you guys, the first 4 episodes were amazing. The middle part of the series was kind of, it dropped off. But then the last 4 episodes where it just cuts out the whole radio announcement, introduction bullshit, and it lines up with episode 3, and it goes on the same timeline. I loved it. I lived for it. The only thing I was a little confused about is the ending when when somebody's on a certain planet. If you know who I'm talking about, Hoth, and they find. I'm not trying to spoil it for Andy. What?
That's not Hoth.
It's not?
No.
Oh. Oh.
No, when they're going...
It's not the only planet that has snow.
They say it's a moon.
Oh, it's a moon.
Yeah.
No, space station.
No, it's no space station. This one's a moon.
That's no moon.
I was a little confused about when the certain person finds something. Actually, wait, this is our spoiler talk, so we can talk about it.
Well, Andy hasn't seen
I think you're wandering off the deal that the guy doesn't believe.
But anyway. So
I'll be back.
I was kind of backtracking because. Okay. Anyway, he asked me about it, and I told him my thoughts. And I told him that, like I told you guys, that I felt that Anakin had more of a connection and sexual tension between him and Ahsoka than he did with Padme.
I don't know if it's sexual tension. I think it's more like,
You know,
I love you, like,
come on
you're
now.
my family tension.
Anakin has definitely thought about smacking that ass around on Ahsoka. You definitely know.
Oh no! I can't even begin to put that picture in my head. Anakin's like
Where do you think all
the
the incest came from? Luke and Leia.
Anakin's like
It's genetic.
I can't even imagine that.
But
that's terrible, Dom.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just go on that website. It starts with I think it's like cornhub.com. And just go on the front page, and then you'll just see a bunch of those kind of videos to get some education about the same species of corn populating.
How do they pop the corn?
I mean, you take the same kind of corn and they put it together in a nice hot and steamy environment. You just gotta go and check it out. I mean, it's
like asshole hot. Like you just jam it in there and just let it pop.
I mean, sometimes it's above 96 degrees. Sometimes, yeah.
Does it make a super corn?
I mean, sometimes the corns are different colors. I mean, hey, whatever kind of corn is your favorite, just go for it. You know, there's the baby corns, and then there's the
cream corn.
Cream corn.
I mean, if that's what you're into, I mean.
Your friend didn't think that Anakin.
Wait, can you throw in corn of some young guy?
Yeah, for sure.
Wow. On that note.
Okay. Anyway, so this kid doesn't believe that after Anakin becomes Vader, like when he wakes up in the suit, he doesn't remember being Anakin. He has none of Anakin's memories.
I'd say he wouldn't remember anything because it seems like he's very wiped. And I think throughout time he starts regaining his memory back.
The very first thing he does when he becomes Vader is ask where Padme is.
Right.
Yeah.
And that was.
But the thing is, like, he doesn't like. I don't know. For me, I feel like he would know, like, about Leia and Luke, and be like, yeah, that's definitely my kids.
But he did know about it.
Like, he would feel it. Like, if I was Vader, I'd feel the force in my loins, like my loins. And they'd be like,
whoa. Hard on for some reason.
I'd be like, whoa.
That's my son.
The force definitely just rustled my jimmies. What am I telling?
And then after he sees them, then he's like, oh, that's definitely my kid.
Yeah.
What are my random one-night stands? Or did I have some kids that I don't know about? Like,
he can feel the midichlorian stirring in his balls. If he has balls left.
Nope, not him.
But
it's like, I have to be like the coronavirus screening. We'll just have to line everybody up. Nope. Next. Nope. Okay, next.
Well, anyway,
one of the arguments.
Hold on. One of the good arguments against that is that, okay, Episode 4, first Star Wars ever. He's sitting there looking at the fucking Millennium Falcon, going, I haven't felt this presence since. Well, yeah, if you don't fucking remember your Anakin, you're definitely not gonna remember you felt fucking your old master's presence.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And they talk about Obi-Wan and all that other shit, but anyway.
Yeah, so I was telling him, he does know who he is because the whole Padme thing.
Yeah.
And up until the point that he was killed, Vader killed the Emperor, there was still Anakin in him. He was more Anakin than he was machine towards the end.
Yeah, and plus when Luke had that conversation with him on Endor saying, that name has no longer any meaning to me.
Yeah, yeah. So that was my argument, but his argument, and I thought of Andy, was he's like, no, that's not true because Obi-Wan said he's more machine than man. And I was like,
well, they didn't cut his fucking head off.
Oh, yeah. But, and then he's like, well, he doesn't, nobody knows who Anakin Skywalker is by the time he's Vader. Nobody remembers Anakin. No. And he's...
But everybody's pretty much wiped out that knew of him as well.
Not necessarily. We go to deleted scenes in episode 4, the real Star Wars. There's that one episode where the guy, the rogue leader or whoever, walks up and he's like, "Hey, aren't you Luke Skywalker?" or some shit. Doesn't he say something like he knew his father or some shit? Or his father was a good pilot or some shit like that? Or is that
I don't remember that.
It was a deleted scene where
I kind of know what you're talking about. Right before they take off to fight the Death Star.
Yeah, that might not have been it. I don't know. I might be getting confused.
The guy say, "Hey, Luke is the best."
Yeah,
pilot.
yeah, he's a good pilot. I'm gonna fucking look this shit up.
But there's people that knew that Vader was Anakin that were still alive.
Yeah, and you got to think, what was it? Was it Rebels when Ahsoka faces Vader?
Yes.
She doesn't realize until she
cuts his mask.
Yeah.
Cuts his mask and hears his voice.
And sees his eyes.
So,
Did Kanan know from Rebels?
Kanan? I don't think so.
Because they were around the same time.
Yeah.
I'm kind of.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
I don't know.
Would anybody really remember that it's him? Because the last person to see him alive is Obi-Wan, and Obi-Wan left him thinking, "Oh, there's no way he's gonna live through this."
Right.
But how would anybody be able to piece the two together?
Right.
well, I mean, obviously.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Obviously, Obi-Wan knew before he even stepped foot on the Death Star.
Wait, what do you mean? Elaborate.
Like, if you, like, in episode 4, like, he's like, well, I'm gonna go do this. And, like, he knew immediately who Vader was when he saw him.
I think there must have been some other interaction between Obi-Wan and Vader between episode 3 and 4 that we don't know.
Because there had to be, because he had to be hunting Padme and the kids, right? If you're saying that he didn't remember everything, then he had to remember that, like, perhaps that the kids survived. I mean, I think the Emperor told him that the kids died or something.
Yeah. He told him Padme died and that the kids died.
Yeah, and she looks pregnant. She looks pregnant when she's on the funeral march.
Yeah.
Does she really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The end of episode 3.
I have to go back.
Yeah, the barrier looking pregnant, I think.
Never mind then.
And he says when he comes across Luke, when Obi-Wan comes across Luke in the desert, he tells him, he says, Darth Vader was seduced by the dark side and he killed your father, and obviously he knows more about him at that point than anything else, because he also says he's more machine now than man and all that stuff. So
either because he knew I believe he knew the name Darth Vader and that it was associated with Anakin, and of course he knew he had been getting information about what was going on in the galaxy. So he knew Anakin was still alive.
It's possible Ahsoka told him, because Obi-Wan and Ahsoka are in Rebels, so it's possible she was like, "Yo, Obi-Wan, I just saw Anakin," and like.
Yeah, like, hey, just giving you a heads up, Vader is Anakin.
Yeah.
No, I think
if Vader comes to Tatooine, get the fucking kid and get the fuck out.
My whole thing is, how are they gonna explain the whole Ahsoka thing live action? I mean, this is the first time we're getting Ahsoka live action in The Mandalorian 2. And then, of course, Dave Filoni teases plans to address Sabine's fate.
Mando would know Sabine, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's how you tie it in. Just be like, oh shit, what's up? Because Sabine's like the rightful heir, right, of the Darksaber.
Yeah.
So that's probably what the arc is gonna be. It's gonna be like Sabine comes in, let's get the Darksaber back. Sabine takes the Darksaber. Sabine's like, hey, yeah, you're a full Mandalorian, like, whatever you want, my dude. And then, like,
I think maybe Sabine and Ahsoka will work with Mando and the child to find Ezra.
So
that's another thing that I was.
Because that's another plot line that they haven't established at all is what happened to Ezra, and they set it up at the end of Rebels to be like, well, he's out there somewhere.
So, Dave Filoni was in an interview with Deadline, and he was asked to share his thoughts of possibly Sabine's story continuing, and he's quoted saying, "Oh, I think it's possible. I mean, it's definitely something that I left hanging at the end, and part of the left it hanging at the end, and part of the reason is always nice." Whoa, he talks weird. "Oh, I think it's possible," he teased. "I mean, it's definitely something that I left hanging at the end, and part of the reason is just it's always nice in my mind when there's another story." Okay, that was weird.
Question.
Yeah.
Was it him speaking weird or you reading weird?
Him reading weird.
No, it's not me reading. It's him speaking weird. And then he goes on to say, "I like things in a series, even when I read or watch them, and there's always a bit of sadness when something doesn't come to an end. So potential is a great thing. I love that people are thinking about these stories in the same way that I wonder about many stories. As a kid, I wondered what happened to Luke after Return of the Jedi and all of my heroes. I think there's always potential for further stories. Certainly, I will say it's something I've given a decent amount of thought to, so you never know, or even if I'll actually ever take shape of it." So, what are your thoughts on that, guys?
That's interesting. I don't know. I think it's hard to have Ahsoka in the show in Mandalorian without Sabine, or at least addressing what happened to Sabine.
I don't think she's gonna be like a permanent thing in this show because I don't feel like this show is very like Star Wars lightsaber-y. I feel like the lightsaber is as far as it should go. And I think once they finish that story arc, then that's like, I don't know if they should like really bring in another Jedi for like a while, because it seems more outlaw like esque, and I like that more of like a space cowboy kind of feel. It's kind of like that. I want that. I want like a spaghetti western in space. Like that's what I want. I want Mandalorian to be like, all right, like.
I think they're probably. I don't know. This is kind of just logical and stupid, but you know, you've got dude running around with a fucking darksaber. So it's like, okay, how are we gonna fight this fucker? Oh wait, let's bring in Ahsoka. She's got lightsabers, doesn't she? She's still alive, right?
But didn't she give up being a Jedi? That was her whole thing, like giving up being a Jedi.
Oh no, she got a well.
She still has lightsabers.
She got fired, and then she refused to go back. But then at the end of the Clone Wars, the last episode I seen, Anakin gave her lightsabers back with a little oomph on it.
Yeah.
Can y'all hear that?
The clicking?
Yeah.
Tim clicking?
Tim, you look a little lost. Do you know what's going on, man?
I was just looking it up because I couldn't remember if during the conversation that Obi-Wan and Anakin had during their final fight on in Episode 3, I was trying to see if he did say anything about being addressed as Vader, and he did say he's turning to the Sith. So like everything I was just reading, Anakin left Obi left him live because he sensed another Sith coming.
Really?
That's one of the theories.
So why wouldn't
another one would have been Mercy to kill him?
What do you mean?
Because he was in pain. Put him out of his misery.
Yeah, he was lying there on the edge of that lava river, burning alive.
Obi wanted him to suffer.
Obi-Wan's a dick, man. If you think like shit.
Yeah, he kind of is.
He could have stopped everything right there.
Yeah.
So it's
that's why I'm kind of excited for the Obi-Wan TV show, because it's this man who's lost everything. He's lost his friend. He's lost his organization.
He lost his mentor.
Yeah, he lost his mentor, and
He was brought to isolation by himself, knowing that he's a hunted man, and that
right.
Like that's just like emotionally, like that's like.
And if anything happens to
PTSD.
the kid that he's watching over, like the galaxy is just stuck in turmoil forever.
What if? Okay, so we have what if the Obi-Wan series, right? So we have the Mandalorian taking care of the child, because I refuse to call him Baby Yoda, but he's taking care.
His name is the child.
What?
His name is
Whoa,
the child.
how did you get that? They're not supposed to be released yet.
I have no idea. It was my birthday present.
They don't get released until June.
No, they came out for May 4th.
Did they? I thought they were supposed to be released in June.
Well, Banks just hadn't gotten theirs in yet.
No, they didn't.
And my fucking computer.
The Disney
And
Store was
let's-
selling
let's-
them for May 4th.
And let's be completely serious about this. He does love chicken nuggies and chalky milk.
Absolutely.
He does do that.
Wait, who doesn't?
Yeah, right?
Well,
right?
my 2 cents on the whole thing, why he didn't finish off Anakin, is because he loved him too much. You know, he doesn't cut his legs off. And
his arms.
My thing is like
Yeah.
with his brother. He basically
Yeah.
raised the kid. from,
yeah,
like, the
and he
age of
says that
8.
it's, you were my brother. You were the chosen one.
Imagine raising someone for 10 years and then they like try and kill you, like, and you dismember them, and you're like, well,
That was fun.
you're gonna die already, but like I don't want more.
And that's not very Jedi-esque, you know.
Yeah,
I'm like, all right,
it's everything.
I'm just gonna fucking chop your head off now.
Yeah, it goes everything against the Jedi
That's
code.
fucking
Like,
cold.
Anakin, initiated the confrontation. So, I think. Anybody want to fact check that? Did who actually? I'm curious now. Who initiated?
No, I think Obi-Wan kind of did, because Padme goes and Anakin's like, "Oh, I love you, join me." And
I love you, join me.
Obi-Wan walks out, and Obi-Wan's like, "Ugh." And
he's like, you know, because like he's all like, because Anakin's all like, you turned her against me.
Yeah,
He goes, "You have done that yourself."
It's kind of both of them. Obi-Wan. Well, Yoda tells Obi-Wan to go and kill Anakin.
Does he really?
Yeah.
I don't remember that in Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah. Yoda goes and he's like, damn, we gotta do something about Anakin. And Obi-Wan's like, yeah, I'm gonna go fight the Emperor because I don't want to go kill him because he's my friend.
So it's right here. I got it on my screen if y'all want to see it.
Blow it up. Make it full screen.
Oh, did I stop sharing?
Yeah, you did.
Oh, my bad. I'm a dumbass.
Well, you're better at it than Dom.
So, I mean...
Oh, come on.
There's no sound.
Yeah, I don't think there's going to be a sound, because... Or is it too...
Yeah, it's just him sharing his screen, but...
Yeah, video sharing over screen.
Can you hear it now, or no?
No, it's fine.
It's okay.
I think it's connected through your headset, that's why.
Check this out, guys. I knew. Four. It's an extended version of that deleted scene. Hello?
I'm here.
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Hello? All right. All right, check it out. It's the scene where, as the rebellion scrambles to disarm the Empire's Death Star, Luke is reunited with Biggs Darklighter. Just before climbing into his own X-Wing, the pair's excited conversation is interrupted by Red Leader, who's concerned about Luke, who's essentially piloting his first spaceship into battle. Biggs vouches for his old friend, saying he's the best bush pilot in the Outer Rim territories. This assures Red Leader of Luke's capabilities. However, an unused version of the same sequence ran a little bit longer, with Red Leader also mentioning he met Luke's father when he was just a boy and said if his son had half the skills of his dad, he'd be just fine. I knew I saw that somewhere.
That's pretty cool.
You know who you look like right now, Andy? I think you're muted. Oh, I think he froze. Is he there?
There he is.
Can everybody hear me?
Yeah, I can hear
Okay,
you.
everybody just like froze for a
I
second.
can't hear Andy.
You look like there's no sound, Andy.
Did Andy mute himself?
You look like what's his name from Jurassic Park?
Oh yeah.
Oh, Dennis Nedry.
Yeah.
Oh.
You're muted, dude. You're muted, Andy.
Fucking Newman.
Yeah, Newman. That's it.
Hey, so I've never watched Clone Wars. What do I? Is that on Disney Plus?
Yeah, it's on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's a cool Joker poster.
I'd recommend it.
Which means I'm still not gonna watch it because I don't have Disney Plus.
It used to be on Netflix. I'm not sure if it's still on there or not.
It's not. They took it off Netflix like 2 years ago.
What's up, Tim?
I was gonna say it's not on Netflix. I just checked.
Or you could just buy it on iTunes or something.
Wait, do you have Vudu? You can buy it on Vudu.
Well, yeah, but if it's on Netflix, I'll just watch, or on Disney Plus, I'll just watch it on there.
You have Disney Plus?
Yeah, I have Verizon Wireless, so they pay for it for the first year.
Oh, that's badass.
Cool.
Reagan looks like he's jamming out over there, man. This.
No, I'm just listening, dog.
I got a text message saying that we're all wrong and we don't know our Star Wars shit. What?
From who?
I'm just kidding. I was referencing.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Andy, why are you muted, dude? Unmute yourself. He says he doesn't know.
He's gone deaf. That's what it is.
He's what? Okay, so I think it'll be pretty cool for you to show everybody
Okay.
the box and what's in the box.
What's in the box?
What's in the box?
What's in the box?
What's in the box?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm on 2 screens now.
Yeah.
Hey.
I don't know what's wrong with my shit.
Well, we don't got that much time.
What color is it?
Where did I cut off at?
At the hip.
Not there.
I'm really excited about this. Like, I haven't seen something like this in so long, and it.
Is it a penis?
Fuck you.
He says enough of that.
Fuck all y'all.
Listen, you set yourself up for it.
It's a dick in a box.
It's a dick in a box.
Can you guys see what's going on?
Lining with the light.
If I bring over a VCR right now, are we watching it?
Yeah, we could.
Oh, I'm there. I don't know what's wrong with my shit.
There we go.
So it comes with not just the tapes. It comes with like a couple sheets. I don't know. This is probably on the back or something.
That's pretty cool. Ooh, that's pretty cool. See if I can.
Kind of displays what's. It comes with like a lithograph or some kind.
That's pretty cool. You get that.
Nice.
And it comes with like this Lucas book.
Another check for daddy.
Yeah, pretty much.
Demonetized.
It's like so fragile feeling. Of course, I opened up to Yoda. Look at that. Of course, I open up to that page.
Right. So, yes, these are the VHS tapes. And these are letterbox editions, and they're not the special edition. These are the original trilogy.
Yeah, you can't get the original versions anymore, which sucks.
Yeah. So I got comes with all 3 of the original.
You can get if you look up those some Blu-ray or DVD version came with the unspecialized edition on DVD.
Yeah, like the second release of the DVDs or something.
Yeah.
Andy, coming over to watch?
You buying me dinner?
We got an extra meal here.
Yeah, he got an extra meal for free.
Yeah, they gave me 3 instead of 2. So, all right.
What'd you get?
Canes.
Oh.
Yeah.
From Star Wars to Jedi, making of.
Nice.
Freaking hate Raising Cane's.
So,
I'm like,
how much do you think this goes for online?
I don't know. We could check eBay, but I mean, it was probably like $100 when we first came out, something like that.
$100?
Yep.
See,
I'm gonna see if my computer still works.
growing up, we had the original Star Wars trilogy, and my dad had.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
The casing
I'm
was a stormtrooper, Yoda, and Darth Vader.
Yeah, I remember that. Set.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Came out in the '90s.
Did it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Was it the VHS?
Yeah, it was VHS.
Yeah, I think I had that set too.
Me too. Oh, I think my sister still has the despecialized edition on VHS, but it's not letterboxed. It's full screen.
Yeah, so I remember seeing A New Hope and Empire, and then always wondering what came next. I never saw Return of the Jedi until I bought Star Wars on Blu-ray, the complete set.
Dang.
Yeah,
Pretty bad.
that is pretty bad. So I never knew how the trilogy ended, and well, now I do. So.
I highly recommend if you want to buy or design your own lightsaber. I bought mine from. Well, I didn't buy mine. I bought this girl that I was talking to one. I'm gonna buy mine and design one for myself. But I got it from. What's it?
That's awesome.
Ultra Sabers?
I think it's Ultra Sabers. Yeah.
Ultra Sabers is pretty good.
And they're in Texas, I believe. Too.
What's it called? Okra?
Ultra
Sabers.
Okra Sabers.
Oh, Ultra Sabers, yeah. And it's like metal hilts and shit. Like it's pretty solid. It was pretty great, actually. And I paid my Amazon account, and it was solid.
I got my Kylo
Yes.
lightsaber up there.
Wait, isn't that the one that you had to like ship home? You couldn't take it on the plane?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's badass.
And then my
Wait. They wouldn't let you take it on the plane?
I didn't have room.
Oh, okay.
The one I built is up there.
I think you can take it as a carry-on, dude.
No, you can. Oh well, I already had a carry-on.
Yeah.
And so Disney does like in-park shipping.
Yeah.
So you can take it to like the one of the stores in the park, and they're like, yeah, we'll just mail it to you.
$4, that's it?
They
50 or best off.
I had the TSA memo that said that you can take a lightsaber on your flight with you. I forgot what I did with it. I thought I sent it to some of y'all.
I know you can do if yours is one of the ones that like the hilt comes off. You can like take the hilt off and like put the metal part in your luggage, and then just take like the plastic, the blade part with you like in a backpack or some
How much
shit.
is that? $5? $8 with shipping. Wow.
As far as the Ultra Sabers. Oh.
Ultra Sabers is great.
Whoa.
Are you buying a what do you call
Look
it?
at that box, bro. That's what you put your lightsaber in?
Yeah. This is what you get from the park.
Now, do you have to buy that box, or do they?
No, it comes with it.
Yeah, it comes with it.
Dude, that is dope.
So I had this box in my backpack with the Kylo blade inside of it, and the Kylo blade has that wire going around the backside, and so we thought because it looks like a red wire going down the back of it, but they didn't say anything about it.
Tim, do you have any lightsabers? And I'm not talking about the one in your pants, but do you have a lightsaber?
Yeah, I got like the Walmart ones that you swing it and they extend out somewhere.
Gabe, the Ultra Saber, that's dual quality, right? I mean, like I forget what they call it.
Yeah, there's 3 different like blade durabilities. So they said like the medium and like hard are like the ones that are for fighting.
Yeah.
Like full sabers. Mine that I got for the girl that I was talking to was a medium, and it was pretty good. I like the weight of it. It felt like pretty solid, but I think if I plan on getting two anyway, because like eventually I would like to get like a whole setup and go to like a Star Wars convention eventually, because I'm a nerd and I don't care.
Yeah.
So like I want a gray Jedi lightsaber, and then like it looks like a Jedi Padawan lightsaber, but then it's gonna be like a fucked like orange color or something.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be like a fallen Jedi saber, and then a redeemed gray Jedi saber. That's gonna be like, I don't know, I think it's like light blue. So I have two that I have like plans for. I just haven't bought them because they're like $250.
Tim's got a fucking horse head mask on.
They're fucking solid. I like the yeah, the designs are sick.
Yeah, Ultra Sabers is pretty cool.
Let me share this screen.
They have those $60 mystery boxes on there.
Yeah, there's actually a 50% off right now. I'll show you the one I want to get. Of course, I have expensive taste, so I like the expensive ones. I like this one, the fulcrum. I think that's Ahsoka's saber.
Yeah, it looks like it.
And then there's, I like this one.
Oh, that's dope.
It looks like a bunch of like, you know, like tech.
Yeah, that's nice.
And then I like this one. Because it's like a gray Jedi. And I'd probably get it with like that color. That would be like the gray Jedi one. And then this would be like my Padawan Fallen Crystal with like orange.
How much do they usually run?
It depends on like the hilt. Like depending on the hilts are like what makes them more expensive or not. So like you can get a really cheap one, like $55 for like a basic hilt that looks like that.
Yeah,
flashlight.
pretty plain Jane.
Yeah, pretty plain Jane. And then you would just like you pick your blade color, and then it's more money depending on your color. And then you can get like ones that like the it's like a brighter color.
That's pretty cool.
These are like special colors. So there's like a magenta, I guess. There's like that one that's pretty cool looking.
Yeah.
Can't you get them in there, some deal in there where you can like switch the color without having to
Yeah, there's one that's like this one. This one you get. This one is like a silver, and then you it comes with color discs, so you just like change the colors.
Oh man! Everybody, turn your attention to Tim for a minute. I don't know if you guys can see him, but I fucking love it.
But yeah, depending on which one you get, I mean, they have like dual things. Like they start getting nice around, I think, like the 70s and 90s. You start getting a little bit like, you know, there's a little bit extra shit on it.
I like those Billy Club ones. Those are pretty funny.
You know,
I don't know. This one looks like a freaking butt plug. Like,
That's Dom's lightsaber.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Oh, I remember what I was gonna say. Why is it always got to be Andy looks like the fat guy in some movie? What the fuck, dude?
Because you're the fat guy.
Well, yeah, but not all. That's racist, dude. Not all fat guys look the same. Just like all black dudes don't look the same. Demonetized.
I disagree.
Oh, we're definitely demonetized now.
I like this one. It's not bad.
I had bought.
Wow.
That's a good one. That was right next to it.
When episode 1 came out, does anybody remember the lightsabers kind of like the one Tim had, but it was the Darth Maul, and it's the ones that came out, but then they were defective because like the springs on the batteries were bad and they could like melt or catch on fire or some shit.
Really?
Yeah, nobody remembers that? Because I had to send mine back and get a better one or one that didn't fucking catch on fire, even though mine never did catch on fire.
I think I have that one. It's like plastic, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I have that one in my garage right now.
Yeah, I think mine's out in the shed somewhere.
It doesn't light up anymore. Like the springs on the back are like off, and like it won't turn on. I've tried before.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it hasn't turned on in like a couple of years. Not gonna lie.
Carter said he's gonna
I've
buy
got
us
a-
all lightsabers.
Yeah,
So.
all right.
Yeah, let me go get it.
What?
What is it? Is it combat ready lightsabers? Is that how they term it? I always forget. Carter needs one of those because he broke his last lightsaber.
Yeah, I
broke
broke
over his-
one of my Vader lightsaber. Yeah.
Didn't you like break it over your kid's back or something like that?
No. My kid wasn't even born when I did it.
You
I was pissed at a football game.
I was pissed at who were you watching?
The Cowboys and the Giants.
Why were you holding your lightsaber while you were watching a Cowboys
It was behind me and I got pissed.
Why are you holding Rey's lightsaber? Just kidding. That's a joke. That's Luke's saber, isn't it?
Yeah.
Why is it? It's blue.
It's supposed to be green.
It's green.
Is that the Force
It's
Effects one?
It's green, but this is not like the color doesn't work. So because it doesn't turn on anymore because it's like the fucking plastic melted on the bottom of it or whatever.
Is it the Master Replica one or the one that came after?
It's the FX. It's like plastic. So it's Hasbro, Lucasfilms, 2010.
Okay. Well, I got the older one that's from.
I mean, it's me and my brother. My brother has like a legit saber, and we've fought, and this thing has taken a couple whacks. So
see,
it's somewhat durable.
I don't think it would be a Force FX if it's plastic because those are all metal, aren't they?
These are plastic.
What about those like YouTube videos online of people that is badass.
Yes.
Of people just beating the shit like in competition.
Have you ever seen Randall Park, dude?
What?
Have you ever seen Randall Park fight, dude? Randall Park is fucking crazy. He's the guy that did Darth Maul.
Yeah.
Ray Park.
You mean Ray Park?
Is it Ray Park? Whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
So, Reagan,
You know he does that. You know he does that same twirling move in like every movie, right?
Yeah, it's the same shit, but still fucking cool. There's this one. I don't know if you guys saw this shit.
Oh, I gotta hold on, change the screen. Reagan, now the ones that you make at Disney World, or did you go to Disney? You went to Disneyland, right?
Yeah.
Now, are those lightsabers?
Which one is that? Is it Florida or California?
No, that's California. That's California.
Okay.
Now, those lightsabers, are they strong enough to where you can like whack them around and fight each other, or is it just? Oh.
He's never watched Rexing around.
Hold on one second, guys. We just had a bulb pop behind us, so I gotta figure out. Take it out so there's no fire.
Well, I was gonna say Reagan. They've never watched the Rexing around show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever done that to yours?
What
The wiggle test?
Oh yeah. Okay, so actually, the ones that I got it, both of them, they don't turn on anymore.
What?
You've had that less than a year.
Yeah, they don't turn on. And the Kylo one, I replaced the batteries on, and it doesn't work.
Well, that's some horseshit.
And I'm kind of upset about it.
I'd be very upset about it.
The one I built, I took it because, the stuff doesn't line up exactly on the hilt. And so I kind of fucked with it and put some like glue around it so that the things would stop, so it would lock in the right spot. But the guy, one of the guys I play D&D with, went in and took all the electronics out of it.
You guys like my background?
That's a pretty cool background. But he like took the battery package and all that stuff out of the thing. So I understand that one not working, but I haven't touched the Kylo one. And it just doesn't work anymore. We emailed Disney and they were like, yeah, we might fix it maybe when it after Corona season.
Which means you're never gonna get it fixed.
So, you never.
Which means, hey, come back to Disney and build a new one and pay more money. That's pretty cool.
I had my mom email him because she went mom mode on him. And, I mean, like, I'd understand if I had, like, fucked with the electronics of the Kylo one, but I haven't opened that one up or anything. And, yeah, it just doesn't turn on.
That's depressing.
Yeah. And they were like, well, we'll raise it to upper management, but whatever. So I don't think we've gotten an email back since.
Tim, let me ask you this: would you buy one of those if you went to Disney World with the girls and they wanted lightsabers? Would you buy one?
Oh yeah.
No,
Did I ever show you? I used to have a. I don't know if I still have it. I'll have to text it to you. But quite a few years ago, my oldest, when she was, I don't know, 4 or 5, we used to come down here in the basement and have lightsaber battles.
Yes, I remember that.
Yeah, and just like literally beat the shit out of each other. You see it?
Kind of.
Yeah.
There's still a little bit of glare, but yeah.
It's kind of terrible though, because even though they don't turn on anymore, I'm still willing to buy them again. Like if I go back, I'm gonna buy more.
Yeah. Dude, that's awesome, Tim. We just lost Andy.
Oh, bye, Andy.
I want lightsabers.
Dang it! I wish I hadn't found this website.
My shit went fucking dark again.
So I might actually buy
the whole time nobody can hear me.
lightsaber at
Carter,
Fancy.
check out Saber Forge as well.
Darth Vader one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit!
New one.
Can y'all fucking hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. Okay. No, did you hear me before? Because I was talking and nobody said
How much are
anything.
they?
About 160 something bucks.
$160? Jesus, that's a lot of money.
Oh, Reagan.
Yes.
I kept trying to say it, but I think I muted myself or my computer's a piece of shit or something. But because you've gotten one of those bad batches, because Rex was talking about those at one
Yeah,
time.
it's that's kind of what I'm thinking. Maybe. I don't know, because it's with my Legacy Saber too.
Yeah. I was gonna. I wanted to ask the Kylo saber. You can't change the kyber crystal in it, can you?
No. No.
Yeah. So,
Kind of got the curve. Ooh.
So what are the? Because like I know there's like every once in a while someone gets like a special kyber crystal. That which crystal is that? I can't remember.
it's the black one.
The red one can be black. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now they're getting $200.
So they used to have them out in like a little stand thing.
Mm-hmm.
Where you can go and people they'd take their phone flashlights and like hold them up to the bottom and you can see the crystal on the inside. But since people were doing that and everyone is buying the black one, they like move the crystals behind the counter. So you have to be like, yeah, I want a red one or whatever.
And you, like if you ask for a black one, they won't give it to you.
No,
I don't
you gotta
know.
buy a
It's
shit
just
ton of
random.
red ones just to see if you get a black one.
It's like one in every, I don't know, a lot of black ones. Or there's a black one.
I was gonna say, there were some other people that go, a couple that go to the Disney parks, the Galaxy's Edge a lot, and I think that I don't remember if they were in Florida or if they were in California, but they went to the other one, and then when they were at the other one, they didn't have the little sleeves inside of the deal, and the crystals were all out. So you could sit there and check it out. And he was trying to find one, and then one of the cast members came up and was like, "We don't like you to touch the kyber crystals before you buy them," or some shit. Basically telling him not to do what he was doing.
It's really funny there how everyone tries to stay in character.
Oh yeah.
Didn't you try and get like people out of character?
No, well, okay, so they had Sprite at the store, and I just wanted to see how they pronounce Sprite in Batuian. So I asked the guy standing there, I was like, yeah, so how do you pronounce Sprite? And he says, oh, it's like lots of consonants, and it's just a bunch of syllables, and usually we just say Sprite, because common is, or basic is easier to say than the actual Batuian pronunciation of it.
So wait, are they are they in like cans or bottles or something, and like they have like a special
No, they're
logo?
like they look like thermal
they
detonators.
are. They have special logos.
Don't they look like thermal detonators?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
Here, let me.
But they're green and blue, or green and red, just like the.
Oh wow.
They look like this here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I wonder if we can. Yeah, but they're probably like $4 a can.
Yeah.
Wait, I've seen these. Like you can buy them in like Walmart too, can't you?
No. So, I saw an article the other day that apparently, since Coke is still making them, but there was like a place in Alabama that got a shipment of Batu drinks because Disney can't buy them anymore because no one's in the parks.
Wow.
And so there's this like family grocery store in Alabama. They got a shipment of Batu Cokes and Sprites and stuff.
That's awesome.
Let's make a trip to Alabama.
Yeah, right. Like, and they're not marked up 100% like they are at Disneyland.
Yeah, I bet one of those little bottles costs like $8.
Yeah. No, I think about a water, and it was 6 or 7.
Good God.
But no, it was 6 or 7 credits, not dollars.
How much is a credit?
$1.
It's $1?
One credit is 10 schmeckles.
Yeah.
10 schmeckles?
Schmeckle is 3 pence. 1 pence is equivalent to $3 American. So do the math.
Wasn't that a line from The Office?
What?
Wasn't that like a reference to
Yeah. It's like shroot bucks.
Yeah.
You get 1 shroot buck. How much is a shroot buck worth?
I think I'd rather have real currency.
Yeah.
Tim, I don't want to tell you her name, but she said she asked if you're sitting on a carpet, and if you move a little bit further up on screen and take your shirt off, that would be nice. So.
Okay.
So.
No, I'm right on an ottoman.
You should do the whole you should do the full
Monty?
No, God, what is it? The full Burt Reynolds.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But instead of
Good thing is-
have your dog come down and sit in front of you. There you go. In front of your crotch. There you go. That works. Did Gabe leave? Oh no, he turned off his camera.
Fucking doing it.
Now I'm gonna have ideas of shit to do.
Yeah. All right. Well.
All right.
I don't know. I mean, there's so much we can talk about, but I don't know. Like,
we probably need to get into Clone Wars before we.
Oh, that's right. We didn't even touch Clone Wars yet.
Clone Wars.
All right, guys. So let's start our clone. Well, let me do this. How about we take a break before we get into Clone Wars? Let's go ahead and let's take a break for a minute, and I'll throw up the intro again and let that play a couple times. So if you guys want to pull it up on YouTube, you can watch what I put together.
Why would I want to pull it up on YouTube when you should have it on our screen now?
I'll watch it when if I want to watch it back.
Okay.
Which I won't. So I won't see it ever.
Okay.
I will pull it up on YouTube if you donate to my OnlyFans.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I'm going to throw up the video again. We'll take a quick little break because I'm going to take somebody OUT.
Somebody's going outside. Wanna go outside?
Don't say that word. You don't understand what you're about to do. Okay.
Andy, I'm dead serious. You should start an OnlyFans.
This is why we're not allowed to say peanut butter.
If you only knew. So
I don't want to know what you and your dog do with peanut butter.
Trust me, you don't.
The hell, Carter. With that being said, I'm going to go ahead and throw up the intro, and I'm going to mute my mic. You guys can talk if you want, I guess.
Talk amongst yourselves.
Yeah.
I'll give you a topic.
Keep it Star Wars related, and we'll be back in a couple minutes, guys. So if you want to go get something to drink, go grab a snack, go take a piss, pull on your dick, or whatever, you're more than welcome to. And
I'm gonna do all those things.
It have to be in that order.
In that order, yeah.
And we'll be right back.
There's so many. Has anyone been to a mall?
Not likely.
And now we talk shit about Dom. Now everybody's
Truly
fucking getting up.
wonderful
Fuck.
The mind of a child is.
Come on.
When you find people who need your help,
Somebody
you
vibrated.
help them. No matter what.
Dom's butt plug.
We have hope. Hope that things can get better. And they will.
Stand up together.
It's wireless.
Because that's
We should
when we're
hack into it and fucking overload it.
As one.
You won't be going alone. You'll have a friend with you.
No.
He's gonna be
I'll
sitting there
have a
like,
Jedi.
man, it's getting really hot in here
You might
for
wanna
some reason.
buckle up, baby.
Just see his chair start shaking.
It's like when you put it on
Take care
a
of this
vibrating
woman.
phone on the
It'll
table,
take
he's gonna start going,
We had each other. That's how we won.
just moving across the floor.
Force is strong in my family.
Its energy surrounds us and binds us.
I can't bring this shit up on me. I think my computer
What is it they've
crashed
sent
out.
us?
That's why I had to get on my phone.
Hope.
Oh, telefono.
There's so many.
So is everybody else
anyone
caught
been
up
to
on
a
Clone Wars? Because I'm
Not
not.
likely.
I'm not either.
I want to be the
I
first
am.
one to see them all.
Truly wonderful the mind of a
I
child
haven't actually been
is.
watching anything new for a
When you
good
find people who need
proportion
your
of the
help, you
Corona,
help them.
and I
No
don't know
matter
why.
what.
Like I've got a backlog on my
We have
DVR.
Hope that things can
I
get
haven't
better.
watched any of the new Harley
And they will.
Quinns
Stand up
or any of
together.
the new Clone Wars.
Because that's when we're strongest.
I've just been watching
As
old
one.
Doctor Who episodes on
Won't be
Pluto
going
TV.
You'll have a friend with you.
No. I'll have a Jedi with me.
You might wanna buckle up,
But
baby.
that gives me something that I can put in the background that I know that I've seen that I don't have to pay attention to, so I can do other shit. Because if there's something on, I'll watch it
Take care
and
of
I'll
this
just sit
woman.
there and not do
It'll take
anything
care
all
of
day.
you.
Right.
We had each other. That's how we won.
That Mando doc is pretty good.
Is it on
Force is
Disney
strong
Plus?
in my family.
Its energy surrounds us.
Yeah, I gotta
and
check
binds
that out.
What is it they've sent us?
Alright, I think I'm gonna call it a night.
All right, man.
All right. See ya.
Alright, when are you guys doing the next show?
It'll probably be the weekend. I don't know, because Dom works all week long.
There's so many. Has anyone been
I'm
to
gonna
a
have.
mall?
I ordered a new shirt from the Chive, and it's Vader with an N95 mask.
Truly wonderful the mind of a child is.
So,
Come on.
I was hoping it would have been here by now.
When you
Yeah.
find people who need your help,
I'll
you
look
help
for it.
them. No matter
That's
what.
awesome.
We have hope.
We
Hope
need
that
to. We
things can get
need.
better.
Yeah, they need to make a
And they
shirt
will.
that says like Corona Wars or
Stand
something
up together.
instead of
Because
Clone
that's
Wars.
when we're strongest.
That's
As
dope.
one.
You won't be going alone.
I like it.
You'll have a
Yeah, I
friend
can't
with
wait till it gets here.
No. I'll have a Jedi with me.
you. You might wanna buckle up, baby.
Alright. Take my old ass back now.
Rise.
Alright, later.
Take care of this little woman.
It'll take care of you. We had each other.
Now that the cool kids are still here.
Force is strong in my family.
Who's
Its
Black
energy
Bolt?
surrounds
I got like
us and binds us.
Oh, okay.
What is it they've sent us?
What are you doing that
Help.
you don't want anybody to see?
Eating Lucky Charms.
Oh, I've called it that before.
This one looks pretty cool.
Mom, leave me alone. I'm eating Lucky Charms.
Can you guys hear Carter?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hi, Carter.
Hello.
Hey, Carter.
So which?
You finally get rid of Dom?
What's that?
Did you finally get rid of Dom?
Temporarily, and then he came back to sync up the joint again.
Is he smoking cigarettes still?
Yes, he is.
Don't
I
lie.
could smell it. He came in. He wasn't even 10 feet from me. I could smell it.
Yeah, what happened to that last one like 2 weeks ago, Dom, or a week ago?
Still working on it. We're still working on that last one. To be honest.
He needs to just switch to a vape for a little bit, and then it makes it a lot easier.
Yeah, I need to. I'm sorry. Really bad, Carter?
I want to take a shower.
Dom's like, I need to go take the dog out again.
That's what the real reason is.
We need to take the dog out for an SMOKE.
Is it like, do you want me to go get cologne and spray myself?
Probably would have.
I've called it that before. Take the dog out.
Alright, guys, why don't we start with Clone Wars?
Why don't we start with...
Oh, Tim had to go, by the way. Oh, okay. Well, fuck you then. Next time I won't let you know. Fucking.
Have you guys ever done that? Have you guys ever done D&D?
I have.
I have not.
No, not in a long
time. I want to learn how to play.
You want to learn how to play?
Yeah, I want to learn how to play. I bought a 2 years ago. I bought like a starter kit, and I just never had anybody to play with.
I know how to DM, so if you guys ever wanted to play it, we could technically, because I have like a story built.
Hey, do y'all mind if I invite one of my friends?
Sure.
He's a good Clone Wars friend.
Oh, right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Requires one pee-pee touch from the both of you.
Russell, I think you might know who I invited.
Do you dock with this person?
No, not often.
No.
Okay, real fast.
Here we go.
Before we get started again, and Carter threw me under the bus.
No.
Let me tell you about...
Did it hit you?
What?
Well, you just make it so easy.
At least you went under it instead of it go through you.
Let me tell you guys what happened to me at work the other day.
Oh no! Put it on the air, dude. Come on.
What?
This is the greatest story I've ever heard in my entire life. This needs to be on the internet.
Okay. So I was at work, and I. Okay, so I was coming back from break, right? And I'm going to leave some elements out just in case my one supervisor is watching. But okay, I normally keep. Okay, whatever.
Did you leave any elements out? Andy, shut up.
So I normally keep my cell phone in my desk, right?
Yeah.
Because it's just I'm supposed to keep it in my locker, but I keep it in my desk because I'm in an office and I don't touch it. It's just like a security thing for me, you know?
Yeah.
And,
what's up, man?
What's up?
Who's that?
It's my good friend
Denton.
Yeah.
what's up, man?
Oh, what's up, Denton? Welcome to the show. So I'm at work real fast, and I come out of the break, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna use the bathroom, right? Because I gotta go poopy. Gotta go number 2. So I go to the shipment office, right? And the men's bathroom is almost like a bolt and a what do you call it? What is it? A lug nut?
Yeah.
Right? And so you put the bolt in, and you have to tighten the lug nut, and when you open up, it won't open, right?
Right.
So I go in there and I tighten it, and I didn't realize how much I tightened it. So I'm using the bathroom, and I finish up, and I go to unscrew it, and it's not unscrewing. And I'm like, huh, okay. Well, this is kind of, a little worrisome. So I'm just going to kind of sit and wait for a minute to see if anybody comes through. And nobody comes. At this point, I'm at, about 25 minutes in, sitting in the bathroom.
Wait. Nobody comes should be your life story.
So I'm in there and I'm like, okay, it's not.
The title of his sex tape.
So I'm like, okay, nobody's coming to the bathroom. So I'm like, all right, well, now I got to start working to get it undone. And I'm sitting there and I'm unscrewing the nut or the whatever you call it. I don't realize I'm tightening it, and it's getting tighter.
It's righty tighty, lefty loose.
Right. And it's getting tighter and tighter, and I'm stressing out because I can't get it undone.
Uh-huh.
It's a small it's about the same bathroom size in there, but maybe a little bit smaller.
Yeah.
And the fan kicks out, so now it's starting to get hot. And I'm
are there condoms in that bathroom too?
No, there's not. So I can't get it unscrewed. Now we're heading into about 32 minutes, 35 minutes, and I'm trying to work at this to get it done. My hands are getting sweaty, and it's not coming undone, so I start panicking, right? And I take off my shirt because it's getting hot in there, and I'm yelling under the door for somebody to hear me, going, hello, help, hello. Nobody can hear me because it's a room inside of an office, right? So nobody comes. And then I can't get it off, so I really start panicking, and I start beating the shit, like pounding the door, hitting it as hard as I can.
Yeah, I bet you were pounding that door, big boy.
So I'm hitting it, nobody's answering. So I'm like, you know what, I'm just going to call the front office. So I'm calling the office, hoping somebody can direct me to my office so I can tell whoever's in there to, hey, go get somebody. Nothing, nobody's answering.
Yeah.
I'm contemplating calling 911, but then I'm stressing out, thinking, okay, I'm going to be forever known as the guy that gets locked in the bathroom, you know, and when they're doing, like, training, they're going to tell people about this bathroom and don't lock yourself in there. Don't be this guy.
Yeah.
And I'm on the verge of tears, and like, I'm getting so worked up and stressing out because I can't get the bolt unlocked. And I'm, like, having a mental breakdown. I'm, like, trying to breathe. You know, because it's getting so hot, so I take my shorts off and I'm down on my boxers and I'm trying to work to get this fucking door open. It's not happening.
Yeah.
And finally I'm like, oh my God. And I'm screaming in there, trying to get somebody's attention. I'm like literally on the verge of tears. And then finally I'm able to calm myself down and take a breather, and then I get it to unscrew. And what I was doing was screwing it tight so much that it was starting to strip it so it was getting stuck and it wasn't, you know, coming off. Finally, I get that door open and like, and realize I'm in my boxers, so I quickly slam the door shut, get dressed, and I come out, and I'm literally like shaking like this. And my one supervisor is like, what the hell happened to you? Because my eyes are all puffy, I'm sweaty. I just had a mental breakdown inside of this bath. It was bad. Scariest shit in my life. But
yeah, that ain't nothing.
Yeah.
If the scariest shit in your life is you got stuck in a bathroom, you're fine.
Right.
Funniest shit I've ever seen.
Yeah, honestly, probably funniest shit I've ever seen. Not as funny as the scientist in the pickle, though.
But
the what?
Nothing.
All right.
No.
So let's get into Clone Wars because we're an hour and 38 minutes
Yes.
in. And who wants to kick this off talking about Clone Wars?
I know nothing about Clone Wars.
What?
Why are you here? Why? Clone Wars is so good.
I'm the color commentator.
Dom's the host. I think Dom should start Clone Wars talk.
Clone Wars. Okay. Wow, where do I even begin? Let me turn this down. Hold on. So like I said earlier in the show that the first 4 episodes were really good in Clone Wars. The middle part... What?
Talking about the season.
Yeah, season 7. Yeah,
Season
of Clone
7.
Wars.
In
The beginning part was very well done.
It was pretty good.
It ran smoothly, and then it seems like the middle episodes kind of fell short for me.
Yeah, they were.
They were rough to get through.
They were rough.
Yeah. And then what was the last 4?
Especially the last two were just epic.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I love how they took out the intro, the commentary intro, and it's just the old school Lucasfilm logo.
Yes, the old logo was awesome.
Yeah, and they threw that up, and then it kind of just took off.
Yeah.
For me, it did. Ahsoka, she's very hit or miss with me. Sorry.
She really grew on me. I mean, at first I didn't really like her at all. I didn't like the Sky Guy stuff in the very beginning of the show.
Yeah.
And then her character really grew on me as she progressed in the series. So.
Right.
And towards the end, she was like my second favorite character next to Rex.
Really?
Yeah.
Same.
Like I said earlier too, I think that Ahsoka had more sexual attention and more
She's a little horny.
Yeah, she had more sexual attention with Skywalker, with Luke. God, Anakin.
Luke?
They had more chemistry than Anakin and Padme did. That's what I feel personally.
Well, maybe it's because the acting in episode 2 and 3 were terrible.
Maybe. I don't know. But I would like to see what Ahsoka's tits look like. I wonder what color they are.
How old is Ahsoka?
I don't think she's old enough.
Well, just go on DeviantArt. You'll find it.
I don't know if she's old. She might be in Rebels, but I don't know if you can say that about
Mandalorian.
Jailbait there, you know.
Yeah. Brown nipples, pink nipples. I mean, her skin's orange. So is her nipples like green? You know?
I'm thinking of dark. I'm thinking of dark orange.
Dark orange.
All the other markings on her are white.
Yeah, you're right. White and what? Blue?
Blue, yeah.
I've never thought of this, but now you really got me thinking. It's provocative,
right?
Well, let's find out.
They're definitely orange.
You think so?
Mm-hmm.
I'd say they're
orange with blue nipples.
Orange with blue nipples.
Blue? I don't know about blue.
No, I was right. They're more of a dark orange.
Oh, why? Did you look them online?
Did you?
Yeah.
Screen share.
That's not canon.
No, we'll get to well. You can't screen share that.
We need to know canon.
Yeah, this is for canon purposes.
You can't screen share that. You'll get demonetized.
Oh well.
Nobody watches the show anyway.
Banned right away. We'll get demonetized.
Now, wait, are they cartoon nipples or are they like people, real nipples?
No, they're cartoon.
Okay. Then that's okay. You won't get in trouble for that. But
I think you might.
It's art, you know.
Yeah, that's right. It's art. I also like to.
Well, I'll let you Google it and screen share it then.
Okay.
I like when Anakin and Ahsoka kind of meet back up again. And I also like the little touch that they had with Anakin inside. Where was it? Her. What was it? When Obi-Wan walks up and he's like, "Hey, what are you doing in there?"
Mm-hmm.
You guys know?
Oh, his little Padme moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that was cool.
Oh yeah, Padme, I said hello or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, he's cleaning Rick's helmet.
Yeah, I don't know why you thought Padme was in there. Like Padme's not silly, Obi-Wan.
So I enjoyed that. What else did I like? I liked when
art style.
What?
Art style.
Yeah, the art style. Yeah, that's
The
gotten
improved art style.
What?
The new animation was beautiful.
It was beautiful.
It seems like once every episode, at least for the last 4, they had like a cinematic moment where it was kind of zoomed in and everything was like hyper detailed and everything. Yeah. It was super cool.
I really liked that Darth Maul at times looked like Ray Parker.
Park.
Why do I keep saying Parker? Who started that? Gabe did.
Yeah.
No, I didn't. I said Randall.
Randall Park.
Randall Park and Ray Parker.
Yeah, at times it really.
Randall Parker, dude.
Yeah. At times.
Isn't Ray Parker the guy who sang the Ghostbusters song?
Ray Parker Jr.
Ray Parker Jr. Okay.
Yeah.
So I really like that. I also like to Darth Maul, they really flushed out his storyline. From the beginning of Clone Wars to Season 7, the ending. He was such a good villain from Phantom Menace, but he was also just a throwaway, which really sucked, and they really didn't do him justice until the Clone Wars. I also like the tie-in with Solo that the Clone Wars did. They kind of threw Solo in there.
Yeah.
Very subtle, but I was able to get the reference.
Oh yeah, because what's his face is in Clone Wars. The what is his name?
The
Crimson Crimson Dawn's leader.
Yeah. Weird name, but Andy, are you okay, Andy?
Oh, Russell told me to shut up.
Oh.
So I'm shutting up.
Dryden Voss.
You better shut up, bitch.
Yeah.
When Maul tells the Pikes and the Mustafarians to go into hiding, Dryden Voss is the third guy there, which is pretty epic.
So I enjoyed that tie-in. That was nice. That was good. What else did I like? I kind of like that there was no droids really, meaning R2-D2 or C-3PO, because I don't think they were in the last season.
Well, he had the Ahsoka had the like little droid help squad.
Well,
yeah. Astromechs, and had the precursor to Chopper.
Right, but what I'm saying is, how this season goes. You know, we see it from Ahsoka's point of view, and she kind of hears the Anakin turning to the dark side.
That was the coolest moment.
Yeah, I agree.
I think episode 2 might have been my favorite.
Really?
I don't know. They're all so good, but episode 2 is really cool.
I kind of wish that, from what I was hoping, we were going to see episode 3, but done in a Clone Wars style. In my head, where I saw Clone Wars 7, season 7 ending was Anakin and Obi-Wan were going to end up getting in the ships and flying in a battle, like in the opening scene of episode 3. That's where I thought it was going. And then we would have seen Ahsoka run off and go do whatever she was going to do and kind of set people up. I like how it was sending people to certain locations, so when episode 3 happens, they were there already.
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
It's more dramatic that it happened during Order 66.
Right. I was actually surprised to see that we would have Order 66 play out in this season.
So one thing I found out is that in Revenge of the Sith, after Anakin saves Obi-Wan from the Star Destroyer, because the Emperor's like, leave him there.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, I'm going to carry him back.
His fate is the same as ours.
So afterwards, once they're back on Coruscant and Obi-Wan's back and he's okay, when he's leaving, I guess to go kill Grievous, Anakin and them's talking, and Anakin's like, you owe me one. And Obi-Wan says, well, the one time on whatever planet doesn't count. And I looked up that planet, and it's the planet that they're on at the beginning of the arc on Mandalore, or in those last 4, where Anakin walks up and he's like, hey, you guys need some help? And all the clones come out and shoot the battle droids and all that stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really cool tie-in.
It was a really interesting, because I was like, that's kind of a really specific thing to say, and I wonder where he's talking about him saving him, and it was that battle that you see in the Clone Wars TV show.
Okay, so let me ask you this, right? Let's just say, when did the first season of Clone Wars come out?
2010.
Yeah, 2011, something like that.
Okay. So let's say Disney Plus launched back then, right? We're fresh off the prequels.
It was 2009.
Was it 2009?
Yeah.
We're fresh off the prequels. What if Disney Plus launched and they brought in the Clone Wars from season 1, but they did it live action with Ewan McGregor and Hayden Christensen and Samuel L. Jackson. Do you think Clone Wars would have been just as good live action?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think it would be what it is because part of the Clone Wars is that it's animated, so they can do a lot of things that the real people can't do.
Because part of the reason it is animated is because that's a lot of budget for
But what
a live action show.
Okay, but what if they were taking? So you guys were watching a Mandalorian documentary.
Yeah.
What if they were doing things and taking the same approach as they were doing in the Mandalorian, but they applied it to a live action Clone Wars series?
I don't know. I still feel like to do it the justice that it needs, it has to be animated. Because in order to get like large scale battles with the clones and the droids and stuff like that, like there is in the show, that's way too many extras or CG that you'd have to do to even be able to afford something like that live action.
I think the scale of the Clone Wars really
because to have 7 seasons live action is trillions of dollars.
Yeah.
And I mean, you can do it for a 2-hour movie, but to have 120 hours worth of live action content where you have thousands of droids and clones.
But how would it be any different from, I don't know, any other live action show?
I mean, in Mandalorian, where they do have pretty much an unlimited budget, you don't have, or at least you haven't had, big set pieces where there's thousands of droids and clones fighting each other at once. You haven't had anything comparable to that.
No, it's a very intimate show.
Yeah.
Very small scale.
Well, we know season 2 is going to be.
It might be a little bit bigger, but it's not going to be like that.
I mean, the most we see on screen is like, what, 20 stormtroopers? And if you have at the very end of Mando, a 20-on-20 fight of droids and clones doesn't feel the same as hordes of droids.
There's way to shoot it, with putting people in a room. You can make a room look filled with people with as little as 10. It's just all about placement and camera angles and stuff like that. But
I don't know. I think the animated art style does it because it's limitless, right? Like you can draw anything you want.
Yeah.
I think another thing Clone Wars gets super well is lightsaber combat. Lightsaber combat in Clone Wars looks infinitely better than the live action. Because, well, I don't know. It looks pretty good.
Seen Revenge of the Sith?
The fact that they're all fluid, they can be drawn in any position and move in ways that normal humans can't.
It is very different.
Here's a little fun fact. I don't know if you guys knew. Did you ever? Well, I guess if you watched the Mandalorian documentary, you would know. Dave Filoni started out drawing King of the Hill.
Yeah, I saw that.
I didn't know that. I didn't know he was the artist for King of the Hill.
Did the
I didn't either.
fence when they were standing by the fence.
But they said that like some of the action from like the last season of Clone Wars was like live action. Like they got Ray Park to come in and do like actual like fighting for the scene of like Darth Maul versus Ahsoka.
Yeah, well, I think what they did was they used that as reference. They were gonna mocap it, and then they ended up like using that as reference with
I mean, either way though, like it's still like regardless, like if it's animated, they're still using like live action. They're not using like any crazy physics like they would do with like Grievous with like his 18 arms that are just like rotating simultaneously while going down,
Yeah,
that is something that was cool in the Clone Wars.
What?
That was something that was really cool.
I mean, he was badass. I just hate the fact that they were just like, he's such a badass character, and they just made him seem like he was.
They didn't do anything with him.
They didn't give him any justice. They're like, this guy literally has like 8 lightsabers. Like he killed a lot of people that are supposed to be like the best combat professionals.
I found out the only person that has more Jedi kills than Grievous is Darth Vader. Thought that was interesting.
Yeah.
He's the most powerful non-force user that we know of, and
Yeah, and that's
Couldn't do
again,
anything with
yeah,
it.
that's a good point. He wasn't a force user, so he's like, for him to still like beat force users like Jedi's, and like then I think also like I just like the whole memento of like taking the lightsabers and being like,
it's cool.
which one you want to die by?
Wasn't he trained by Grievous? Oh, not Grievous.
Count Dooku.
Yeah,
Dooku,
Count Dooku. Yeah.
I think Dooku shot down a ship. He was like a warrior on his planet, and Dooku shot down a ship and was like, "Look, I'm gonna leave you to die unless you come and join me and fight for me."
Yeah, because Grievous was like a badass.
Yeah.
Like, he had like
Yeah.
an actual body.
He's a great general.
Yeah.
I used to have like an anthology or something, and it said that the only reason the Clone Wars were as big of a deal as they were was because of Grievous. He really like he fueled the fight, and his the way he like commanded his units was just a lot smarter than the Republic.
And I would say that a lot of the Jedi feared more Grievous than Dooku. Because Dooku was a Jedi, and they knew Dooku and like kind of like how he fought. You know what I mean? Like he was Yoda's apprentice and everything. Like like I feel like he was well known. Like, he was. I mean, you're getting trained by Yoda, of course. Like I feel like everybody's gonna know who the fuck you are. You know?
And Grievous was on the ground pretty much. You know, he had a lot of direct confrontation with the forces, whereas Dooku was, you know, he was kind of like, okay, yeah, go do this and go do that.
The portrayal of Grievous in the show is really kind of a wimpy like pawn that doesn't really is kind of incompetent, but
Yeah.
I feel like he's not.
Yeah, he's
He shouldn't be. Yeah.
He's the leader of was the leader of the biggest droid army.
Yeah, because like every time Dooku and Grievous have a scene together, Dooku's always like talking down to him, and I get that that's kind of Dooku's character, but also
Yeah,
like
Dooku just sucks.
yeah.
Dooku's just like a simp for his dad. So.
And Grievous was the new Boba Fett, because you know you didn't see a whole lot of him in the movies.
You see, like Dooku, like
So
it's
he's
like
in episode 3. They introduce him at the beginning of episode 3 and then kill him in the next scene.
Yeah.
So, kind of going.
I just wanted to say that, you know, one of the reasons that I never got into the Clone Wars when it came out is because it was animated. And I didn't think it was going to be as good as it was. And then Reagan really got me into it. He's like, yeah, dude, you got to check it out. It's badass. And then I started watching and I was like, yeah, this is fucking epic.
Yeah, I started rewatching it again after finishing it.
I think I like it because it's like in the same like genre as like I find Rogue One. Like that's why like I like Mandalorian too. Like I love Star Wars, but I love seeing the more like realistic take on it. I feel like, and it's very easy to look at Mando.
Anything but the Skywalkers.
Yeah, you know, like I love that aspect of it too. Like I love the planets and shit, but like seeing it from a more like gritty perspective, like it's just a nice change of pace. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's very like, and I think Clone Wars and Rebels kind of has a little bit of that sense of rawness to it that I guess like the prequels and the original trilogy too, like I feel like didn't have.
Those were kind of more like fantasy movies.
Yeah.
Like fantasy in space.
Like Vader wasn't scary.
Yeah.
I don't think Vader was scary until I saw Rogue One at the end, like at the end.
Yeah.
And I was like, holy fuck, alright, Vader's definitely scary as shit now. For sure confirmed that Vader's a badass, but like until that scene, I mean, I don't think I really was like, ooh. I didn't even think the Emperor was that scary, honestly. Like,
I mean, the Emperor. Just an old guy.
Because I'm like,
I guess now he's like,
why wouldn't you just go and like kill him? Like, yeah, I mean.
Well, he's got that force lightning, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, you got to think the Emperor. Okay.
You
didn't see him until episode 5.
Yoda stopped force lightning with his lightsaber.
If we go chronologically from 77 on, you only see him in Empire And then he only really does something in Jedi, and of course then he dies, and then you got the prequels, and you don't see him do a whole lot in the prequels either, honestly.
Okay. Was it like I can't remember because I was pretty young whenever the prequels came out, but was it a huge reveal that Palpatine was the Emperor? Like, was that a
No.
No.
Everyone knew his name. It was Palpatine. So
yeah,
you're like, oh, that's him.
Yep.
It was more of like, okay, we have this character, we know who this character is. Now, when are they going to turn? That's what people anticipated more.
So people knew in Phantom Menace that was ultimately going to be the Emperor.
Yeah. I was like, oh shit, that's the Emperor. Oh fuck.
He's introduced as Sheev Palpatine. I mean,
okay.
I didn't remember.
He's just Senator Palpatine.
Yeah, he's Senator Palpatine
in the old ones.
Yeah, they do somewhere. I know they do. Or at least I think they do.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this, guys. Kind of going to the Mandalorian 2.
Or it was in the toys.
It was somewhere in there.
The toys probably were like the Emperor Palpatine.
Emperor Palpatine, yeah.
Yeah.
So the Mandalorian season 2. What if we learn it goes a couple episodes and then it goes back in time, right? And one of the episodes picks up where we see the boots on Tatooine. Is that where we see them?
Yeah.
We go back to that point in time and we learn that those boots is Ahsoka in Mandalorian outfit. What would you think?
It makes sense.
It would make sense.
Oh,
I honestly thought it was. I thought it was Boba.
Well, they did cast Boba for season 2.
Fit that helmet
So,
on her head.
Well, who? How do you know she was wearing a helmet?
also didn't. Gabe was saying that the guy that they cast to play Boba is supposed to play 2 characters. And said that they might be bringing back Rex.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's so cool.
Because you gotta think they're technically the same person. Because Boba is the guy that they made all the clones from. So
Rex is so fat now, though.
Rex was pretty fat in Rebels.
Was he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was pretty big.
Well, I mean,
I don't know.
He definitely let himself go, but
I don't know if this is
don't they make a joke? He's like, I can barely fit into my suit now.
Yeah.
He's like only the top part of his armor.
Yeah.
I can fit it.
I feel like they're gonna do something on the lines of maybe like I'm curious if they'll be like if Mando and Boba will fight and they'll be like Mando will be like you're not actually a Mandalorian, but Boba is like.
Could it be
Is he ever considered really a Mandalorian? Because he's not
I
actually.
don't think Boba or Jango were ever actually Mandalorians, are they?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so. I think they like with like in the Mandalorian invasion or some shit.
Yeah.
They're like rejected by Mandalore.
Yeah, they're human. They're not Mandalorians.
So
what if it's Kix?
Oh,
It could be Kix.
that would be so cool.
That'd be really cool.
I forgot about Kix.
Oh wait, no, he is Mandalorian.
Wait. Aren't Mandalorians less of a race and more of a religion?
I think it is a religion. Yeah.
I forgot about Kix.
Post Empire, yeah. Before it was a race, but then there was the Purge or something.
Okay, so here it says, although Fett was an armor-wearing Mandalorian, the pacifist government of Mandalore saw him as nothing more than a common mercenary with no actual ties to the Mandalorians.
So
no.
Do you know the story of Kix, the clone?
Say that again.
I'm not familiar.
The story of Kix, the clone.
Okay.
So he helped Fives in the Order 66 arc, and is that when they cryo freeze him? Didn't?
After that?
Yeah.
I don't know when he gets cryo frozen. I just know he ends up being cryo frozen.
Yeah. So he ends up getting cryofrozen, and the ship that he's on gets like attacked by separatists or something, and it crash lands on a planet and is just like undiscovered. And nobody ever finds it. The Republic never goes out and search for it. So, do you guys remember the red guy from
the pirate?
The red pirate guy from Force Awakens?
Yes.
He's got like a funny looking hat.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, like a
So
cape.
there was a book that said that he goes in search for the lost treasure of Count Dooku. And so he tracks it down, and when he finds it, it's this cryogenic frozen Kix body, and they open it up. And Kix wakes up and he's like, Order 66 is gonna happen, and they're like, dude, that happened like 40 years ago. Like you're
a little late.
You're a bit too late.
The Titanic already sank.
Yeah, and so Kix is around in Force Awakens. Like that was like a couple years before Force Awakens. I think that book takes place. So that's a pretty cool. It could be Kix, although I don't feel like Kix is a standout character to have him be in the show, and I feel like his ending can be explained in a book, but.
That's why I feel like Rex.
They could make him a standout
I
character.
feel like Rex is more of a standout character, honestly, and like Rex is more recognizable.
Yeah,
they're like because you got to think with Ahsoka, who was the one that was always with her was Rex.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, well, if you're gonna introduce one character and then you're throwing some random stormtrooper, you might as well make it Rex, right?
Well, I mean, Rex was at Endor, so he's still alive.
Yeah. Plus, like, if you think about it, it's like, it makes no sense for them to build it all up with the ending of Clone Wars and everything like that. With the setup, you know what I mean? Like, just to be like, oh, nah, it's not Rex. Like, let's just throw. It wouldn't make sense, and I feel like they wouldn't do that. Like, they're setting so many breadcrumbs specifically to do that shit.
Right. I think we'll see the conclusion or sequel to Rebels in Mandalorian.
Yeah.
The next couple of seasons.
A couple, like, because they're making a Poe Dameron series as well, I think.
Are they?
Why?
It's not a Poe Dameron, it's a Cassian.
Yeah, Cassian's getting a show.
So, like, I think that would also fill in some spaces after Clone Wars as well.
Did anybody read anything about some future planned series was canceled?
I think it was the Boba show got canceled. Boba movie got canceled.
But they didn't explain. There's a Reddit room.
I have it right here. Let me pull it up for you guys.
Which I didn't even know was in production.
So let me pull it up. I have it right here. Let me read it for you. I have it right here. No, that's Supergirl. Okay,
I have it right here, guys. I swear I have it right here.
There was an interview with Josh Trank, and the director went on to talk about his negative experiences with Fox. And somebody brought up about Boba Fett. So it says, it's clear there was more to the story than meets the eye. And to put it bluntly, he was obviously treated terribly by Fox and that stopped him from making the films he wanted. And plus the fallout that was caused a significant cry amongst fans in the galaxy. And that led him walking away from Boba Fett movie at Lucasfilm. And he says, he's quoted saying, "That's all in the past now, though." And Trank is currently doing the rounds to promote his new film starring Tom Hardy. Video, blah, 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 blah. So it says, we had to ask what he had planned for the iconic bounty hunter, and unfortunately, NDAs mean he can't say much. He goes, the simple answer is, I signed so many NDAs that there would be no possible way I could discuss that in a responsible manner. Tank admits, what I would say is that as a filmmaker, why I'm so excited to be talking about his new film, and why I'm so excited about everything going forward as opposed to where I was when I was working on Boba Fett and Fantastic Four and all of these other extremely high profile, very sensitive secret projects is the fact that I'm not a very secretive person by nature. And when you're working on those kinds of movies, you're not allowed to talk about anything you're doing. You also know that everybody who loves these movies and love what you love, they want to know about what's going on, and you want to talk about it so desperately because you want to share that with everybody, and you don't want to close yourself off from the community of fandom that you relate to. There's no way I can talk about any of the stuff except that it was something that obviously I was so excited about. And then he continues on saying,
well, it kind of sounds like maybe they just got rid of him because he couldn't keep his mouth shut.
Yeah.
And so that they could still be working on the movie, but he was like, guys, I have to say something about this. And they were like, all right, well, you just don't need to work here anymore.
He goes on to say the fact that all of the people at Lucasfilm I had the honor to work with for a little over 2 years are really close friends of mine today, and we still reminisce about the Boba Fett movie. Maybe a possible return. Who knows? We had so much fun together. The people who work up there in San Francisco are some of the most creative people I've ever gotten to work with before I started working on Fonzo? I don't know, Capone's original
Frozone movie?
Okay, so it's called Fonzo.
Frozone movie?
And then he goes to say that, do I have future plans at Lucasfilm? Who knows? We'll see when the time comes. Would I definitely go back to making Boba Fett? You bet your ass I would. And that's what he ends his quote with. So
he's never making a Boba Fett movie. That guy can't get anywhere near Lucasfilm. They're like, all right, don't ever tell this guy what's going on.
Pretty much.
Because Lucasfilm loves to keep their stuff under tight stuff, or try to.
Yeah.
So, I mean, also too, Josh Trank was a new director around that time. He made, what was that movie with Michael B. Jordan, Miles Teller? Chronicle.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, that was a good little lightning in a bottle.
Oh, that was him? That was a good movie. Yeah. I like that movie.
And so from there, he was offered Fantastic Four, Boba Fett, but of course, because he was a new film director, studios bullied him. So, yeah. What's so funny?
Boba Fett.
What?
Boba.
Am I saying it?
Boba Fett.
Boba Fett?
It's Boba.
Boba.
Boba Fett. Keep saying Bobo.
Not Bobo.
Boba?
Boba?
He's a clown. Bobo Fett the clown.
Bobo Fett.
Hey guys, I think I'm gonna call it a night, man.
Wow,
I'm getting tired.
It's 10 o'clock at night.
I'm tired, man.
Normally we don't head out until like 12, and you're just now bouncing.
Well, we're talking all Clone Wars, and he hasn't watched any of it, so it's like,
all right,
I'd be bored too.
All right, man. I'll see you later.
All right, good night, Russell.
All right, see ya.
Later.
So, see, I wish we can share screen and watch a couple episodes of the Clone Wars.
That would be fun.
Oh, just like the last one.
Yeah.
Or the one before.
And have a watch party.
Is 10 and 11 the last episodes?
No, it's 11 and 12.
Yeah.
There's 12 episodes.
Oh wait, yeah, there's 12 episodes.
Damn, Dom just like fucking disappeared or some shit. What the fuck?
Okay, so imagine the Rafa sisters arc, but it's Ahsoka with Bo-Katan, and it's those years between her getting picked up by the Mandalorians and the Mandalorian siege.
Yeah.
Imagine we just didn't get that arc, and instead we got a really cool
a couple episodes shorter, and we just never met those characters.
I kind of didn't like the Rafa sisters.
Yeah, it was bad. It didn't go anywhere. I feel like
It was like filler. It's like, okay, we're bored. We're gonna do something else.
Well,
Yeah.
okay,
We gotta wait. It's like that fucking filler from manga. It's like we gotta wait for the manga to catch up to the fucking anime. So we're gonna put some random stupid fucking filler arc in here.
I feel like the sisters were okay. I think that they could have been redeemed maybe on a different arc. If it wasn't the final season.
It was a boring arc regardless. It was,
but the arc didn't go anywhere. One of the episodes, they start in jail and then end in jail. And it's like, okay, well, they're like, we're in jail. We need to get out. They get out, and then they get captured again and are sent back to jail. And it's like, well, that was this entire past 20 minutes is pointless.
I guess it was just pretty much to kind of show where Ahsoka was in her life.
Yeah.
Before
So
hooking up back up with Anakin.
The only interesting thing about that arc was them talking about how their parents died, to show that the Republic causes casualties and doesn't do anything about it.
Yeah.
I don't even think that was like it could have been so much more interesting.
Yeah, but they've talked about that a lot throughout the Clone Wars. That's like the main part of the Clone Wars is talking about how the Republic is bad and doesn't care about people.
Yeah.
Well, they're fucking politicians.
Yeah.
And you got to think, okay, we've got enough problems with the amount of politicians we have. Now you've got an entire galaxy of fucking politicians. Jesus fucking Christ. Oh my God. Shoot me now.
Okay, if our politicians had laser swords, I think politics would be a lot cooler.
Oh yeah, definitely. Hell, just give them regular swords and be like, look, okay, whoever fucking comes out on top wins.
Yeah, that's
that'd be pretty cool.
It's a reverse Hunger Games. It's a reverse Hunger Games. We get all the fucking people that are trying to be president. We put them on a fucking island and let them fight it out.
They fight.
Yeah.
And the one guy that's left is like, yeah, I'm El Ultimo Hombre.
That'd be pretty epic.
Yeah, and it would make for great television too.
Instead of the Senate, we have a giant like battle chamber, like Coliseum.
Yeah.
Thunder
celebrity
Dome.
death match or something. It's I was just gonna say that fucking Thunderdome. 2 men enter, 1 man leaves.
Right.
Yeah. So.
I just killed the entire momentum of the show.
What happens the first episode of the Mando Siege? Ahsoka's like, hey, we got shit to do.
It's like mainly her meeting up with Anakin and Obi-Wan and all that. Mm-hmm. She gets her lightsabers.
Dude,
okay, I've seen that episode. I think that's the last episode I watched.
That episode really hurts because Anakin, he's like, oh my God, Ahsoka, you're back. I love you. Again. And Ahsoka's like, dude, now's not the time. We got bigger fish to fry. And I feel so bad for Anakin because it's like, that's the last time he sees Ahsoka.
Oh my God. You know, that's very duality to when Obi-Wan and Anakin meet up as Obi-Wan and Vader.
Yeah.
Because it's like, now I've become the master.
Yeah.
We got to get some shit to do. You want to fuck around and play fucking tiddlywinks? No.
Yeah.
Nigga, give me my sword so I can go out and fuck some
the
shit up.
last time Anakin sees Ahsoka, he's like, dude, we can like go fly around the speeders. Like, let's go back home and we go and talk about how our lives have been. And Ahsoka's like, dude, we're not doing that. We're not doing any of that.
Got some blue milk on ice?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
So well, those have seen the last couple episodes. What y'all think of the music?
It was so good.
Oh, beautiful.
The music was
perfect. It went perfectly.
Yeah.
It really like
the
you really felt the
66 episode.
tension right after the clone comes up and he's like, "Hey Rex, we just got like this weird transmission. Come check it out."
Right.
Like you, and Ahsoka's like, no, and you're like, oh, she shouldn't have said
Oh
no.
fuck.
No, well, that entire episode, it starts and they're wheeling Darth Maul out in that box, and there's just like that low hum,
Yeah.
like throughout the entire thing, and you're just like, oh, something's gonna happen, and I can feel it coming.
That was,
Like, even if you didn't know Order 66 was gonna happen in that episode, it's like anybody watching it is like, oh, this something bad is just around the
But it
corner.
was so different from like a John Williams type theme, you know.
Yeah.
But it was cool though.
I liked it though. It was really good. It was really well thought out.
It kind of threw me off because it was the one where Anakin and Ahsoka are reunited, the first one with the Lucasfilm at the beginning.
Yeah.
Because I was sitting there and I was watching and I was like, what the fuck is this? Are they playing the wrong shit on Disney Plus again? God damn it.
So Dom texted me and told me to talk about Vader's blue eyes in the that last scene, which I hadn't noticed that you can see his eyes. Let me pull this
Yeah.
up.
Do you see him as Vader?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I didn't
shit.
know that, but
That's all right. That's all right.
Yeah.
Chris.
It jumps ahead. To be fair, the title of this podcast is Spoiler Talk.
Spoiler.
You haven't done your homework.
Oh shit. What episode was it?
It's
11
or 12. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the last one.
So let me see. I have this pulled up right now.
Wars.
Don't
Yeah,
go in there.
I never noticed you could see his eyes either.
Season 7.
I didn't know if he had to go in.
Oh, you can see his eyes. Oh, that's intense.
Hey, Reagan.
Show the picture.
Did you did you get my text message I sent you?
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
Okay.
Can you pull it up?
Yeah, can you see this? You can see his eyes.
Yeah. Oh, my bad. I just hit the table.
Right in there.
Hold on. I gotta click on Reagan real quick.
That's pretty cool.
You
I
can't see
loved
it.
how they did that.
Maybe it's a
That's
reflection
really
of the
cool that
lightsaber.
they showed the Ahsoka bird. Yeah, you can see his pupil there.
Yeah.
And I didn't really notice that.
Really?
I'm not gonna lie.
I guess it's to show the humanity. It's a very human moment for Darth Vader.
Yeah.
Seeing that his person that he really saw as a sister, I'd say.
That's also the same. That's also.
Well, at that point, he's lost everybody.
Yeah, she's just
Like-
she's basically dead.
Because he sees that and he's like, my friend for forever is dead.
She's just dead. My wife died.
My wife died. My friend died. My
That's
friend
also-
tried to kill me. I don't have my son.
That's also the eye that gets revealed when she in Rebel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really cool. That's really cool. I didn't even think about that.
Now I can't wait to fucking watch it. Oh,
You
shit.
have
to watch it,
It's
man.
so good.
Yeah. I was gonna do it today, but I got caught up doing other shit, and I was like, oh fuck.
I was not expecting that jump to Empire, but I saw the shuttle land, and I'm like, wait a minute, that doesn't look like Clone Wars era ship.
It's definitely
And then
some
it pulls
time
out a
later.
little bit.
Definitely
Well,
time.
is
later.
it Empire timeline at the end?
Well, we don't know exactly.
Well, it's Empire era, not Empire Strikes Back, but it's Empire era. It's post Republic.
Yeah.
Now, what if Dave Filoni comes up with an idea to pretty much what am I trying to say?
Reboot the entire Star Wars.
No, that's ultimately going to come at some point.
Oh, fuck you! How dare you even put that shit out there?
What?
Reboot the entire Star Wars
I
thing.
don't think it will.
Oh, yes, it will. Are you? What do you mean you don't?
They're
think
trying
it
to
will?
distance themselves so much from the original trilogy with the sequel trilogy and all that.
Yeah.
The original trilogy is the only ones that people will say were actually good movies. So of course
Yeah.
someone's going to try to remake it.
Mm.
Someone also might redo the prequels and make them good.
I can agree with that.
I would be.
I think you'd have to have like at least 2 more movies for the prequels.
Did you guys see the video that I sent you in the group chat?
No, I'm not in the group chat.
I don't know. Which one was that?
I didn't know if you wanted to stay.
Was that the big titty one or the little titty one?
I didn't know if you wanted to stay in the group chat or you wanted to be removed from the group chat, so I started a new group chat.
That's okay. What's the video about?
And he kicked out a bunch of new guys and old guys.
I can add you back in if you want.
No, it's okay. Just it's cool.
Yeah, he's saying I don't want to be in it. A whole bunch of dildos.
What video are you talking about?
Star Wars video.
Yeah, he's gonna be like, they're gonna put him back in, and he's gonna be like, "Fuck, man, these guys just won't fucking stop texting." But now in the Corona chain, he's got nothing better to do.
Okay,
if it makes you feel any better, I have group chats with my actual friends muted. So.
All right, Reagan. So screen share this. Listen to this, right? This guy made.
What do I have to do?
What? This guy made a video. I'm sending you the link via phone.
This guy thinks I'm on my phone.
Is it the Order 66?
No, but it's complete bullshit from what this guy's saying.
Oh no.
Is it? I can't do audio.
Yeah, you can.
No.
He just said he couldn't.
What? When you screen share?
Sure you can.
Yeah, I can't do my audio.
Why is that?
If I screen share, because it's screen share. It's not audio.
Not audio share.
No. Wait, no, time out.
It says it in the fucking description, Dom. It's screen share.
Because then I'd have to mess up my whole thing, and I'd have to record my speakers, and it would sound bad.
Okay, all right. Then you know what?
It would sound like Andy's room when he's got all his fans
All right,
going.
here, let me read the description. Mike Zero.
I will.
Now that both Disney and Lucasfilm are finished with Rise of Skywalker, they are focused on their new Star Wars trilogy of films and their new universe. We will be going into details about the major retcons coming for Anakin Skywalker and more. Why would they retcon?
Okay,
Anakin?
so I'm gonna screen. Let me screen share real quick.
Okay.
Not kidding.
Are you gonna audio share too, or just screen share?
You're gonna.
Yeah, audio share. You got to get a Streamlabs OBS Disney Plus.
Disney Plus edition.
So. Whoa.
Hold on.
Oh wait, I don't know if I want to do this again.
Face mask pattern. Face mask porn. What?
So let me do this. Everybody's looking at my Facebook now.
Hey! Oh, titties!
Come on, close. All right, let me go to this. Let me close that.
Can't you do this before you screen share?
What? Yeah, I should have. What I should have done.
It's too late for that now. It's too late for that now.
I'll learn in the same way.
I can go back and cut. Okay, here we go. Watch this bullshit. Can you guys hear it and see it?
No.
You can hear it.
Dumb.
Hey, welcome back, everyone. It is now April 17th of 2020.
You should have given us homework before the stream started.
What did he say?
Because this is the worst thing, having to watch a video through your choppy video.
Sweet infinity shot, though.
Wait, you really weren't able to hear that?
No.
Barely. I could barely hear it.
Yeah, not really.
Wow.
Okay, but what was he talking about?
So pretty much, what he was saying was how in the 2020, 22, 23 time frame, Lucasfilm is going back to the beginning with Anakin Skywalker, and they're bringing Hayden Christensen in, and he's going to be not younger, but he's going to be more older and established. And they're going to pretty much redo the fall of Anakin into Darth Vader, and they're going to start back over from the beginning.
Okay.
And by this time, Luke and Leia will be born, and they will be hidden. And I'm just like, what? What bullshit is this? They're not going to be doing this. But
it's a Darth Vader show.
What?
It's not an Anakin show. It's a Darth Vader show.
Well, here, let me see. Let me see if this works. Hold on.
So instead of him falling to the dark side before Luke and Leia are born, he's gonna fall after.
Yeah.
Is that what
No,
you're
I
saying?
think it's because he just full transition into.
Hey, welcome
So
back,
now we're getting
everyone.
audio
It is
and
now
no video?
April 17th of 2020, and ever since the release of Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker, a lot of fans around the world have been very intrigued about the future of the Star Wars franchise and exactly where things are going by Disney and Lucasfilm, and especially by the new Disney CEO Bob Chapek, as well as Bob Iger, who is currently helping out over at Disney. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars content.
It's complete
Now, the
bullshit.
thing about Disney Star Wars is that we do know that as of right now, they are in a position where they're trying their absolute best in order to create a better future for the Star Wars franchise, to really explore every single possible opportunity in order to really evolve the franchise into something fresh and new. And I think that where we stand right now, we're obviously in a phase of where a lot of fans are divided based on what happened with The Last Jedi. There's no doubt about that. And when we look at what happened with The Last Jedi, and especially partially with The Rise of Skywalker, now granted, The Rise of Skywalker did not create as big of a divide as The Last Jedi did, nowhere near as close. So when we look ahead to the future, obviously this is going to be a big deal for Star Wars fans with this new Star Wars universe. In case you guys are out of the loop, what in the world is this new universe? Well, it's going to be a combination of books, novels, comics, video games, movies and TV shows all bundled together that's going to be pretty much inspired by the MCU and how that's all handled. Now, when we look at everything related to the character of Anakin Skywalker, a beloved character, there's no doubt about that, very well-known character in the Star Wars franchise that a lot of fans do in fact respect, and actually do have respect for Hayden Christensen. Now, with that being said, now that both Disney and Lucasfilm are finished with The Rise of Skywalker, they are focused on their new Star Wars trilogy of films, as well as their new Star Wars universe. As of right now, both Disney and Lucasfilm have multiple plans in place in order to reunite the fans around the world to create a brighter future for the Star Wars franchise in general. Now, the new universe is set to introduce a brand new era and a brand new mythology to the Star Wars fans in the near future. However, it's noted that Lucasfilm has a major plan in place in order to restart the story of Anakin Skywalker in the new universe. Now, it's explained that major retcons will be developed for the character of Anakin during the events of Revenge of the Sith, where this major retcon is set to establish that Palpatine and Plagueis were the creators of Anakin Skywalker under the power of the Fallen Wills. Not just that, but also Lucasfilm is set to deliver a story that will take place after the events of Return of the Jedi that will fully explain Anakin's journey to the netherworld of the Force. It's explained that a series of stories are currently in development that will show the fans the netherworld of the Force and Anakin's life in the realms that is connected to the Force. The stories are set to provide a complete redesign of Anakin Skywalker by George Lucas by making him appear far older in design. An original idea by J.J. Abrams and George, but shot down by Lucasfilm's Kathleen Kennedy. The plan is set to give fans a brand new version of Anakin Skywalker that fans have never seen before, where this plan is set to deliver an experience also that will show new powers of Anakin Skywalker in the Star Wars universe that George Lucas, Dave Filoni, and Jon Favreau will be a part of. George Lucas is set to be the one responsible for redesigning the character of Anakin Skywalker and restarting his appearance for this new story that will also be connected to the planned Rise of Skywalker sequel series. So the thing that really does stand out to me a lot about this is how they actually have a big plan to redesign Anakin, making him far older in design in these new stories. Now, what are these new stories going to consist of? Most likely, like I say, comics and, of course, the Rise of Skywalker sequel series. We've heard how Hayden Christensen is, in fact, in the talks with Lucasfilm to provide his voice and some facial scans as Anakin for that animated TV show that they are aiming to release sometime in 2023. But that's not the only sequel series that they have in the works. They also have the Star Wars Rebels sequel series, so that's one other thing to look forward to. That's also in development. So everything related to George Lucas actually being at the top here of making key creative choices on how Anakin's story will be retold in the past. We're talking about during the events of Episode 3, and of course before that, how Anakin was created by Plagueis and Palpatine and the Dark Wills, or the Fallen Wills, if you will all be thoroughly explained in these new stories. It's not just that, though. It's also restarting his appearance, really resetting the character of Anakin in a post-Episode 9 era, as well as a post-Return of the Jedi era. So that's going to be a very interesting take on things to see exactly where Anakin is really going to...
Okay, so there's another minute
beyond
left.
confused by that.
Right.
I'm beyond confused by that.
Like, okay.
How can you retcon Anakin if his story's done and told?
Right. I mean, there's another minute left where it goes on, and it
unless they they bring time travel in Rebels, where Ezra can control, or he goes between the world between worlds. So unless they do something there, I don't even understand how this story could work, because what it sounds like is it's an Anakin story and not a Vader story.
Right.
Yeah.
That they're telling. And so unless they completely change the entire universe and pull Anakin from falling to the dark side through between the world between worlds, and he never falls to Vader, but that's not a retcon of Anakin. That's a retcon of the entire Star Wars universe forever.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not the first time Disney's came in and like fucked up Star Wars. So.
But another thing is, okay, so I don't know. I've been watching that Mandalorian documentary. They really let Dave Filoni talk in that.
Good.
That
He can. He's a good writer.
Yeah.
That's what they need.
They really are like, yo, this guy Dave, like, there's a whole like 5-minute section of the documentary where they're like, this guy Dave Filoni knows like everything about Star Wars. Like, you can ask him like where this shoulder piece came from.
That's because Dave Filoni worked with
Yeah,
Lucas.
yeah, no,
like,
I
the two
know
of
that.
them were.
And so he does this really cool thing in the second episode of the documentary where he tracks the Star Wars story all the way from Phantom Menace to Revenge of the Sith, and talks about how Vader has to become the father that he never had for Luke in that moment, because Vader's father figure, which is Qui-Gon, died to the Sith Lord. Because Anakin grew up without a father and grew up with more of a brother in Obi-Wan, and Qui-Gon had always wanted to be Anakin's father because he knew what it meant to be taking this child from his mother, and he wanted to be that guiding father figure for him. And Obi-Wan never really liked Anakin, talking about how he calls Anakin a useless life form when they pick him up on Tatooine, comparing him to Jar Jar and stuff. And then he's only training Anakin because of his commitment to Qui-Gon. And then he tracks that all the way through to Return of the Jedi, when Luke is there and dying, and his father is right there, and he's the only one that can do something about it. And he does, and he pulls through and is the father for his son that he never had for himself. Which is
I would
really
say
cool.
the Emperor was a father figure to Anakin.
To some extent, but he wasn't a loving father. He was like a manipulative.
Well, he's not
father.
a loving person.
Yeah.
You don't have to have a loving father.
Right. He was an abusive father, to, if anything.
He was a manipulative.
A manipulative, yeah. Yeah.
I mean, everybody everybody in the Emperor's circle is somebody that he manipulates to further his own agenda.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, he just manipulates everybody. So.
Anakin barely saw Qui-Gon, but Qui-Gon was intended to be the father for Anakin. That was Qui-Gon's whole shtick, his idea, which actually kind of made me want to watch Phantom Menace again, because I haven't seen that movie in years. And
the only reason I would watch it is to see Darth Maul.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. Real quick. Let's go ahead and wrap it up here as a part one. And if you guys are feeling up to doing a part two, then we can. If not, we can just sit here and talk some more. Because we're getting into 2 hours and 40 minutes now. So, whoa.
Hey, what happened to Gabe? Did he just drop off?
Yeah.
Yeah, Gabe just kind of left.
Yeah, he had to go. He texted me. He had to go.
He dipped out.
That's okay. It's all right. He has to study for school and stuff, for a class on Monday. online class. But
yeah.
But anyway, let's wrap it up here as a part 1, and then we can, if you guys want, continue part 2 or leave it at that. But thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for watching for as long as you have.
Right.
I've been watching over here. We got up to 6 viewers, and then down to 1, then up to 7. So people have been tuning in and out, which is good.
Yeah.
Hey, real quick, Denton, you're new to this show, and kind of real quick, if you want to throw your social media out there so people can follow you, you can if you want. So what is it?
Or if you'd rather not be associated with the show.
Okay. Anyway, moving on to Reagan. Reagan, thanks for tuning in on this episode and joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, man, absolutely.
I love talking about Star Wars.
Yeah.
I do it with Reagan all the time.
Oh yeah. Reagan, cool room. I want that Death Star. I will pay you $50 for it. Behind you.
$50? I don't even think my parents paid that much for it when they got it, so that's a profit.
Okay, there you go. Andy, clean your fucking room. I'm sad at you, Andy. I'm sad. I was hoping you were gonna hang up the banner, but you didn't.
I came in late, dude. I got here and you and Reagan were already in there, and I was just like, well, fuck, I'm not.
I came to the studio late, and I built the what's it called, sitting next to
a bookshelf.
Carter. The bookshelf.
Where were you there? Like at 4 o'clock or something? That's not late.
What time did I got here?
You said 4:30 or something.
Yeah, I got here at 4:30, and I had everything set up.
How long did it take you to build that bookshelf? How many hours?
It took about 35 minutes.
No, Carter,